Hello and welcome to the Sega Addicts After Hours, episode 17. I'm your host, the editor-in-chief of Sega Addicts, Scotty Moe. With me today is Brett Hatfield, the owner of the site.
Every dollar we put towards the war on terror is a dollar not spent on engineering actual, real-life anti-shadow weapons.
One of the writers for the site, Thomas Avantos, aka Pocky X.
Time and money for girls covered in honey. You lie aspire to be as cunning. Reeling and rock and roll B-size G-cups. You order color deluxe. Why'd you wake up? You might have kind of fallen like oil. Projector. Had to get up to get to Jimmy. Protector. Went berserk at work. Next morning, woke up in the morning and his face was cutted. But he studied. Man on the mic. Scotty Moe. Tell me what you like.
I like Stevie, our features editor, is also here.
Stevie!
Well,
And
first of all, listeners, viewers, I would just like to say I'm being avant-garde today, which is why I'm all sideways. So there you go.
good, very good. So we'll jump right into it. Stevie, what have you been playing?
Well, first of all, I would like to thank our sponsors, 3D Doritos. Catch the wave. Man.
Overboard.
No, I've been playing. Well, I can talk about a game I've been playing now because I couldn't talk about it last week. Shovel Knight, which is a very good video game and probably one of the best this year. It's probably one of the best Neo retro games to be released recently. It's really well done. It's kind of a mix between, I would say, Mega Man and DuckTales. Mega Man in level design, DuckTales in mechanic systems. With
So
the
it
map
fucks you
system.
over a lot.
Yeah. Actually, no, Mega Man doesn't really fuck you over. It's all.
No, DuckTales does. The game's
Oh yeah, DuckTales. Yeah.
retarded hard.
It is good though. The only thing I don't really like is that they use the gimmick of obscuring your screen with lightning or blackness or just stuff like that far too often. Like it happens more than I would have liked it to. But otherwise, it's a very good game. The graphics are beautiful. It looks really nice. It's got a quiet charm to it. It's just really, really fun, and I recommend that you play Shovel Knight because it's good. And
Cool.
I haven't really been playing much because I just finishing up my university work, which I've now finished, so I'll have more time to play video games. I'm looking forward to playing Metal Gear Solid 3, which I'll finally be able to play.
I was applauding more video
Thank you
games. That's what I
very
was
much.
applauding.
Thank you. But I've also managed to play Crash Bandicoot 2 on my Vita. 'Cause
Nice.
I like Bandicoot games. And can I just say, fuck the jetpack levels. Like,
Yes.
really? They're fucking woeful.
Is
And
that
like,
the ones where you're going through like
Fuck 'em
tubes
till
and
they
space?
bleed.
Like,
yeah,
I
and
don't
they're
think
like
I've
in the
played, I've only played the first one.
the jetpack levels are fucking woeful. They're really bad. It's
They're-
just bad game design. Like, just generally, it really takes a
It,
turn.
br-
for the
it
worse.
brings the game to like a screeching halt, basically.
Yeah, it really does. And I know you can choose the own paths in which to go in that game and which levels, but like, you go to the last world, technically, where there are 5 stages, and 2 of them are jetpack stages, and they're both awful. They're really bad. They're just, oh god. And the thing is, that game's genuinely good before that. Like, I like the Crash Bandicoot games, and I liked going back to this one because it reminded me of, like, then they were never revolutionary platformers, but they were fun, and they were just sort of cool experiences, fun characters, and I don't know why I'm talking like an idiot today. Fun, cool experiences, cool, man, yeah,
They were
rad.
just
yeah.
they were happy-go-lucky, and when games
Yeah.
didn't try to be cool.
I think they
Yeah.
kind of were revolutionary though at the time. That were 3D going in instead of
It's
full
kind
of going-
world 3D.
They were they chose their battle wisely there by not making it completely open and just
Yeah, it's not like Mario
limiting
64.
themselves.
And
Unlike
actually, I think
3D
it holds
Bach.
up better. I think it holds up better than Mario 64 because I don't think Mario 64 has aged that well at all.
It's been a while since I played either of them, so.
Mario World really doesn't. It's really poor now when you look back on it. Revolutionary for its time, but really doesn't hold up. And Mario 64 just sucks. So that's my tirade against Mario 64.
I like.
Sega
I
Addicts.
agree.
Hey, this is Sega Addicts.
Well, okay. Well, I'll talk about more Crash Bandicoot then, if that is the
That
case.
makes sense.
Yeah. It's no. You are right in that it picked its battles wisely, and it was doing it was 3D but on a 2D plane almost.
Yeah.
Except everything you were going forward, you weren't going left to right. But it's still good. There are some annoyances in it, mostly to do with the stages where you're running from things and you can't see what's in front of you.
Yeah, you're running towards.
Zoom out very well.
Yeah, they're kind of frustrating, and I think they try and mix things up with gimmicks too often, rather than just having like straight platforming levels. But the platforming levels that are there are good, and it's charming and everything. And I like the death animations. They're always a cool feature. That every time you died in a fun,
Unique
comedic
way.
Yeah, those are always cool. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot 2. It's a good game. I'll give it my thumbs up. And that's all I've really been playing. But I should be good ways into Metal Gear Solid 3 next week, fingers crossed.
Alright, good stuff. I wish I had this prepared earlier, so no, it's not going to be funny. But, so, Tom, what have you... I was trying so hard to find that. Tom, what have you been playing?
First and foremost, I realized I've made a reference to Bonk 3D when I didn't mean to do that. What I was trying to reference, but my brain is stupid, was Bubsy 3D.
I didn't even hear it. I didn't even hear you say that.
Bubsy 3D, best game of our generation.
Never played that. Is that the inception of?
That's the game that didn't choose its battles wisely
No.
and tried to do way more than it could ever do.
Went for guerrilla warfare.
Leroy
I've
Jenkins
been doing a lot of watching stuff this week. I tried to watch the Saturday morning Sonic the Hedgehog on Netflix.
Now wait, which? I remember last week you were
There was
confused.
some confusion. Yeah, the actual Saturday morning Sonic the Hedgehog this time.
So with like Sally and Rotor and all of them. Okay.
And it's not good. It could just be like first episodes trying to introduce everything, but it wasn't good at all. So then I tried to watch Sonic Underground, and
Oh dear.
Why would you think, oh, this wasn't that great, but this has got to be good?
Yeah, Sonic Underground. Now that's where
that wasn't the logic. That
That's
wasn't
the
the
real
logic I
shit right
used.
there.
The logic I used was, well, this will make for an interesting conversation if I love it or hate it. And
Right.
yeah, I did not like what I saw. The opening theme, though, is fucking fantastic. The opening theme.
You thought that, but you didn't.
The mother will be found.
Triplet spawn, the throne awaits. Your bonds are gonna be. Give up your children, separate. Find your time, lie away. Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground.
Mother will be found.
We know what's right. Freedom of freedom fight. If they only
Or that
knew,
song made
will
by
the prophecy come true? Sonic Underground. Sonic Underground. I long for my children, but I have to wait. To act too soon could seal their fate. They made a vow their mother will be found. Sonic Underground.
You all.
My album's coming out soon.
It's
Tom,
called
if
Dirty
you,
Facts.
My album Birth Defects is coming out soon.
Great. Tom, if you really thought that it was horrible, you should watch Stevie, John, and I do commentary on the first 3 episodes. Yes, I am plugging the Sega Addicts Kids Table to a member of Sega Addicts during the Sega Addicts podcast. I don't give a shit.
I don't. Tell me what those episodes are, and I will look them up.
Oh, geez, I don't think it actually
they're
has a
just
number.
commentaries. I think if you
Yeah.
look them up on the site, you'll
Yeah,
find them.
I've also been watching Kill la Kill.
Oh, what do
seen
you
that
think
yet.
of that?
I had an expectation that it was just going to be creepy fan service, which is why I went into it with a lot of trepidation. But the actual product is really stylish and really cool. I really like it.
Fan service with a good point behind it.
No, I don't think I wouldn't go
Well, I
that
think
far.
there is. I would say that there is, because it's kind of the way I see it is it's kind of a critique of anime stereotypes. Like in anime, the most important thing is like schoolgirls and outfits and stuff like that. And in the universe of Kill la Kill, school is the entire universe, and outfits are literally the entire driving force behind this world. So I kind of like that it has a bit of satire going on underneath it.
It's a bit, it's a big satire on Magical Girl anime, and they pull it off so well. I mean, I understand fan service stuff can.
It does. To be
pull
fair,
away,
it does
but-
get legitimately creepy at some points where it's
Yeah.
just not usable.
That's the problem I had with it is if it's a critique of that, I get it. The problem is it's like you run the risk of just being the thing you're criticizing, and that's where it kind of reaches that for. But the product itself is quality enough where I get it. I get it. It's pretty good. And I've
how
watched
many-
about half of it.
How many episodes did you get to, Stevie? Did you finish it, or?
I only got to episode 11, but I'm going to start back now that I have more free time.
Okay.
It was when, I don't want to say because of spoilers, but I'll just say it's when the game changes, basically. It's
Yeah.
When, yeah, you know what I
That's-
basically mean.
Oh
The
yeah. And
exams? Or not the
Um,
exams, the election.
the final four in the
Yeah,
national
the
election.
election. That's what I'm on right now.
This is when shit gets real. It's gonna blow
Yeah,
your
I'm
mind.
basically near where you are, Tom.
Yeah. As far as and yeah, I've been reading Console Wars some more. Plug, bye, please, really good. And I've been playing Shovel Knight because Stevie keeps on talking about it.
Yes.
And-
Oh, and I did plug review, press pause radio review. Go look at that, mother fudges.
Yeah, and if you don't want to look at the review, you can just listen to everything Stevie has ever said, and it's in there.
Yeah, there you go.
It's really good. I highly recommend it as well. Also, there's got a fair bit of Castlevania in it as well, especially the way the secondary weapon system works with the magic as well. Really good stuff there.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see that. Yeah.
Also, I've been playing Phantasy Star 3 because I had this insane idea in my head. I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to play and do retro reviews of retro RPGs. That was a dumb fucking idea. But Phantasy Star 3 is like the black sheep of the series, so if I'm going to start reviewing retro RPGs, that's kind of where I want to start. And since I had my Genesis out anyway, I started playing some Echo the Dolphin because I didn't
Oh my
play that
gosh.
as a kid.
Mm.
Or more accurately, my experience as a child with Echo the Dolphin is I jump really high and then scary sounds happen, and then I turn it off and ask my mom for a sandwich.
Wow.
That's how I won that game.
Do what I do, which is go around for a bit, see dolphins get sucked up into the sky, be really confused, and then turn it off.
Yeah, that is my childhood experience with that game, and now that I played it a little further, I realize there's actually a lot here, so I kind of want to keep going.
It's I forget the creator's name. Damn, I can't remember, and I feel bad. But credit where credit's due. He purposely made that game difficult so that kids could not finish in one rental weekend. I'm not even kidding.
Well, I read the
They
story of
hated
its
poor
conception
children.
in Console Wars, so I kind of had to pick it up.
He did what? What about Console Wars?
That in Console Wars, they outline how the entire idea for that game happened in the first place.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Ed
thought that was pretty cool.
Annunziata. I'm probably butchering that, but that's who created Echo.
I picked up something a little rare, at least. The great thing about the Game Gear is it's region-free, so I picked up
Oh shit!
Sailor Moon Super!
Happy birthday,
The game
Sailor
Gear.
Moon.
I don't know
Yeah,
how I didn't
yeah.
see this coming.
Are you more disappointed in yourself that you didn't see that coming, Stevie, or more disappointed in Tom?
I think you can't change Tom, but I think I could have seen it coming a bit. Of course, you get a magical girl game on his Game Gear. Of course, that's the most Tom thing in existence. Couldn't do anything more, Tom, if there was Pocky inside the case.
The game itself is pretty great, actually. It's really way too hard. Way
What is
too
it?
hard.
What kind of game is it?
It
I'm
is
assuming
a
it's
platformer with punching of people.
That's beat 'em up.
Sailor Moon
yeah.
did a lot of that, so.
Yeah, it's a beat 'em up platformer, kinda. And
Sailor
it's also
Moon did a
got
lot of like whining until Tuxedo Mask showed up, and
Yeah.
then it became awesome.
I'm kind of
Yeah,
curious what this game looks like. I'm gonna look it up real quick.
this game is very good. It's got art in it that looks like it's just straight from the show, and it's even got sound bites in it from
On the
show.
freaking Game
It's
Gear?
Yeah,
Should've just said-
That sounds so awful.
You should have just stopped at. It's even got sound bites in it.
Well, it has sound clips of Usagi saying her trademark phrases in Japanese, so I can't understand them.
Oh, that
But,
actually does look good, and it's got my favorites in it. So
yeah,
What the hell?
and Scotty just looks more and more disappointed over it.
So many different things came up when I typed in Sailor Moon Game Gear.
But the game itself is very good.
And
I'll
all
link
the
you to
screens
a
are
full
like
play
life
of it.
size. I can't see half this crap. And one of them's like an isometric chibi version of her walking around in an amusement park or something.
Well,
I
this
don't
isn't
think that's the game.
isometric. This is side scroll.
Okay, there's a fighter game
Yeah,
too.
get it
This is
right,
interesting.
Dad.
There must be like 4 different Sailor Moon Game Gear games because a lot of stuff came up besides a platformer.
This is Sailor Moon S.
Oh, the Sailor
Come on,
Moon.
it's not a Japanese game if there isn't an arbitrary letter attached to the end of it.
Fair point. My bad.
while you're looking at that, I've
Don't
got
say
a
it might
question
be.
for Thomas here. If my stupid toolbox will come up.
Yes.
1 second. I've got to pull something up. I need your opinion
Okay.
on best characters in the show.
Shit.
Oh, the
The
That's
best girls. There you go.
actually neither.
What?
Wow,
Neither.
look at those cousins right there.
Totally cousins.
Yeah,
No,
two
those
very close cousins.
Two very loving cousins.
The best
Yes.
character is Sailor Jupiter.
I remember when I used to touch my cousin's face like that.
I looked away. I didn't even see it. But that doesn't mean you need to put it again. Don't worry.
And besides Sailor Moon on the Game Gear, I've also been putting some more time into Neptunia PP on the Vita, trying to get that perfect Blanc ending. And I've actually loaded up Persona 3 FES on my PS2, because I've never played Persona 3 FES on the PS2. I've only played it on the PSP.
Okay.
And that is all my games. Brett, why do you have this stupid fucking smile on your face? Brett?
Brett.
Oh, wait.
Oh no,
I think
Brett's been
he's
stuck
frozen.
in time. What a brilliant way for him to be stuck.
He's stuck with the dumbest smile on his face ever.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's the curse of the hosting seat. You're going to get kicked.
I guess so. I think we actually lost him because he's not, which isn't good because he was going to be the next one for games of his week.
Well, fuck him.
Good thing
Scott,
you're
what
talking
have you
about
been
Sailor Moon.
playing?
Yeah, too much Sailor Moon. Oh shit! Hold on. Damn it to hell! Everything's retarded.
Brett's
I
about to-
have been.
Has to eject the jizz out of his body, so he'll be back in 5 minutes.
Jesus
That was quick.
Christ.
He's already back in the call. Brett, are you back, or are we just gonna look at you doing this?
Yeah, you have the creepiest smile right now, Frozen.
Everyone do their impression of Brett real quick.
God damn it! No! No!
Wait, keep doing that. I'm gonna do a screenshot.
Please don't.
You're
Please
making the
don't.
exact same pose.
Excellent. All right. So, Brett, What have you been playing this week?
I've been playing. Oh well, I just realized that you can't make jokes about cousins kissing because the West Virginia internet will turn on you.
No, it won't. It'll just bookmark your page and start giving you free advertising.
No, that's Pittsburgh internet. According to your Google Chrome with pop-ups and everything.
Mine? Oh, whatever.
Yeah. You're the one that has like pop-ups and shit.
Shut up and tell us what you've been playing.
Well,
Hop in games that you've been playing, Brett.
as all of you watching may know, we had a little bit of an event on Monday night where I played.
A crisis, more like it.
A bit of a crisis. Where I played a bit of Sonic 06 for Sonic's birthday. It was a complete and total. It was a complete and total train wreck. Tom was drunk. We had too much fun with birthday hats, and Tom was drunk.
Wait, Tom was drunk? Whoa, no
Yeah.
way.
After you left,
Groundbreaking.
he got fucking plastered because I got.
Next, you're gonna tell me that he likes anime.
Let's see. He took like a giant gulp of Jose Cuervo at any time I got a game over or an S rank.
That's tequila for you youngins out there.
No,
Or even more youngins, that's goofy juice.
This is an R18 show, guys. As seen by the Sailor Moon discussion.
And if you are a kid, smoking's cool. Go do it. There you go.
But yeah,
Straight in your pogs for cigarettes.
Yeah. And if people are going, oh, you can't say that to kids. Yeah, well, kids shouldn't even be watching this, so I'm allowed to give them bad advice.
They shouldn't be.
where were the parents?
Kids, keep your uncle's secret a secret. Don't tell anyone about special Mr.
Sonic
Dinosaur.
06.
You're
Sonic 06.
what?
We played Sonic 06. It was terrible. And I woke up
You
the
played
next.
Sonic 06.
Yeah,
I do not want anyone to think I played that game.
You do not want. You do realise that if Scotty's girlfriend thinks that he played Sonic 06, the relationship will be immediately ended. So
Done.
you have to be careful about these types of things.
Done.
But anyway, the next morning I woke up with a sprained thumb. My shoulder was messed up, and I had a stomach virus.
Got Sonic elbow.
I got that Sonic shoulder.
Yeah, you
So-
should have been wearing protection while you were playing Sonic 06.
Always use protection when you're Silver the Hedgehog. Anyways.
When you're creaming the rabbit.
Ah, no!
When you're shadowing the hedgehog.
Good night, everybody.
When you're rosing the Amy? When you're bigging the cat?
What else have you been playing?
well, this is the thing. I couldn't really play anything but
When you knuckles the echidna.
God damn it. Can't Tails the Prower. Anyway, Steam Summer Sale was happening, and I got a lot of...
Fox!
Fuck! Let me talk! Steam Summer Sale happened. Motherfucker! I bought a bunch of point-and-click shit because I couldn't use my thumb, and I played some To the Moon. I didn't get very far in it, but it's pretty funny.
Were you tickling the echidna?
Motherfucker! Were you blazing the cat?
See, now we're using ones that make sense.
420 smoking blood, yo!
You boy! Hashtag Girlwood.
Brett, how can you not finish To the Moon? It's 3 hours long.
Yeah, boy! Smoke it up!
Tie-dye! Radiohead! Colors!
Nachos!
This is factually the worst podcast on the internet.
Let's do a hemp, bros!
Yes!
Put drugs in our eyes!
Yeah.
I'm going to snort a marijuana.
Yeah.
Kush.
And then shove in... yeah, that. Put an ecstasy up my
Would you
wing.
play any,
Put some mushrooms up my dick hole, then
Then it's got two comments.
push my dick back into my body. That's how the drugs get into your system faster.
You play anything else, Brett?
Shove crack up your bum.
Cracking the crack.
I played Mitsurugi Kamui Hikai, which was $2.50 on Steam, and it's nothing special, but it's fun.
What about to the
I
moon?
thought you were just saying random things in Japanese. I didn't know
Yeah.
you were still talking
I
about
thought
it.
we'd rotted your brain.
It's like a hack and slash game that was actually built off of a hentai game engine.
Oh,
And it's
great.
surprisingly good. Let's see, I played Audio Surf 2, which if you played Audio Surf, you know how that goes. I played some Skullgirls, finally get back into that. Learned how much I suck at it. And then I've been playing Persona 4 Arena. I'm trying to relearn Naoto to where I don't rely on her gun so much because I know that's not going to work in Ultimax. And
That's important. That is an important skill to have.
yeah, well they fucked up her reloading in Ultimax.
Brett Hatfield, you haven't been playing Persona 4 with me.
I haven't been. I tried to get you in the other day.
Yeah, it was 3 a.m.
Look, there was
I don't
always
think you'll have
time
any
to be
problem
beat
getting
by
Tom
Icon.
into you, Brett.
Well, huh?
I don't think you'll have any trouble getting Tom into you, Brett.
Yeah. I think it'd be easy, if anything.
Hey, Brett,
Yeah.
can I come into your lobby?
Yeah. Just
Hey
make a
Brett,
mess all
can
over the place.
Tom put his dick up your ass? I don't know. I think I'm just
That's
cutting
very
through
creative.
the metaphors.
Look,
I'm
you
cutting through the treacle right now.
that
Hey,
is
Brett,
hashtag
Brett,
lewd. What?
Don't feel the rapist.
can we play online? What the fuck is that game in the West?
I've got an idea. We were talking about
No Luca
John.
No? I think
Brett,
No Luca
Brett.
knows what you're
Boku
thinking.
no Pico?
Brett, I've got an idea, Brett. You know
I'm
how
scared.
you're
Probably not
straight
Luca
edge,
No.
yeah?
I think you're thinking of No Luca No.
I might not
Brett,
be after this show.
Pretty big
Brett,
in the
I've
West.
got an
I think
idea
it's No
for how
Luca
you
No.
can
I think that's
experience.
the game that you were thinking of was No Luca No.
Brett, I've got an idea of how you can experience getting high without having to do drugs yourself. What you need to do is you need to get some marijuana, put it in Tom's bum, and then hold a light to his asshole, and then use Tom as a giant bong and just smoke it through his body, out through his ass, and then into his mouth, into yours. And technically, it's Tom doing the drugs, not you.
Brett, can we play an online game of Red Dead Redemption so that I could come in your posse?
What else? I've been playing some games.
Yeah, no Luca. Yeah, the game you're thinking of is no Luca, no, the one with the cat.
Persona 4 Arena. I've been using Aegis and Naoto and Chie, and I'm gonna
Why are
cry.
you using Aegis? I hate Aegis.
Aegis is the shit. She is amazing. She is adorable. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Gatling cannon.
Hitler.
Yeah, basically. She has an armband.
Oh.
Brett, shut up, Scotty. What have you been playing?
I started playing Catherine again, and forgot that you can't play that game in spurts because when you think it's done, there's a cutscene, and then you're like, I'll just wait till the cutscene, but then it's like, oh, I can't save right now. I'll play this level, and then save. Oh, it's a cutscene.
So
But
it's
it's a
Metal Gear
good-
Solid 4.
It's a good game. No, it is. I like it better than Metal Gear Solid 4. I'll go on record saying that. I'll go on record saying that because I continued playing Catherine and beat it. I didn't continue playing Metal Gear Solid 4 after I started it.
Tom, your response to that?
That doesn't matter.
I...
My opinion doesn't matter on that. And I also tried playing some more Toy Commander and just kept getting pissed off. And fuck that game sometimes. It's so I don't even know. It's fun though. It's good. Guys should play it. Aside from me struggling so much with it. And I also finally got around to making sure that vintage game I bought works, Aladdin, on the Genesis. And forgot how hard it was. The first level, I got a game over in the first level.
That game's fucking difficult.
Yeah, I mean it throws you right in, and people are throwing swords at you, and there's burning coals on the ground, and people are throwing pots out their window, and ridiculous.
Yeah, you're going to take damage on that first level. You can't. I don't know if you can perfect that level or not.
I was just trying to just beat it. I don't know.
Which one was the Super Nintendo one or the Mega Drive one that had the genie level? The one that's based on the Friend Like Me song. Oh, they both have it. Oh, okay, right. Yeah, that's a good level. I like that level.
I don't even remember if I got to that ever having this game. Well, I just bought it, but I mean my friends had it. But derp. And I also found I guess it's somewhat rare. I don't know. I just bought it because I found out that a shmup exists on the Genesis. It's called Airbuster. And it's fun and retardedly difficult. And I'm trying to understand it still, but I played that for like 15 minutes today or something, but it's good. And I also started watching Battlefield Earth today, but that's it.
Why?
Oh, God damn it.
God help you.
Because my girlfriend and I like to watch bad movies. The end.
Watch The Room. The Room is a
Yeah,
brilliant one.
Probably.
I made the Battlefield Earth joke because that's the only movie I could think of with Earth in it.
Yeah, that was in the chat that happened before. Good for the listeners that have no idea what we're talking about.
Fucking hell.
Stevie's almost completely upside down now.
I am art. I am the last one true of this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, so
I am
that's
the
what I played.
Jean-Luc Godard of SegaAddicts.com.
Sure.
The what?
That is a French film director. Oh, I made up a joke earlier. Do you want to see my French new wave?
Why the fuck not?
Bonjour, bonjour. See, it's a new wave. It is my new wave because it's not an old wave. If you were artsy, you'd get that joke.
Over the camera.
If you are an art like me, you would get that joke. I'm tired.
Yeah.
So you guys ready for the news? Talk about news now?
I can tell you about my dream.
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
My Shenmue 3 dream. Would you like to hear the story about why Shenmue 3 was cancelled according to a dream I had last night?
Sure.
Why the fuck not?
Okay, so in my dream, it turns out that that Shenmue 3 was being made for PC, but it was cancelled for a reason, and fans got their hands on a hacked version of it, and were going to complete the code, and in conjunction with Sega, they were going to end up releasing it because the fans were going to do all the work. Anyways, the fans stopped this because they realized why Shenmue 3 was cancelled, and that was because the idea for Shenmue 3 was it was going to search your internet history while somehow collecting your fingerprint data while you're on the keyboard, and it was going to correlate them to find out if you were gay, and if you were, it would shut down your computer and not let you play the game. And that is why they cancelled Shenmue 3 in my dream.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was totally Watch Dogs.
So that is why Shenmue 3 was cancelled, because apparently that was such a key feature of the product that they couldn't just take it out. They had to cancel the whole game altogether.
Couldn't take out the gaydar.
Yeah, couldn't do that. Couldn't stop the discrimination. They just thought, no, we'll scrap the whole thing.
I feel like they wouldn't need your fingerprint information.
Yeah, I don't know why. It was just for some reason in the dream it not only searched your internet history but also I don't know how, because it's not like it's a piece of software. It's not like the keyboard could collect your fingerprint data. somehow it would do it from your touching the keyboard. So that is why they cancelled Shenmue 3.
Shenmue 3, gay marriage is wrong.
Yeah, it's Westboro Baptist Church presents Shenmue 3. God hates Shenmue.
God hates Hot Dog Man.
All sailors go to hell. Shenmue 3. All right. Well, that was...
they protested at the funeral of Ryu's father.
Nice. Oh my gosh. All right. So that was something. Guys, ready for some news?
Yeah, why not?
Oh
Yeah.
man, I think I'm really super duper lagging. Oh
Uh,
shit. Okay, wait, here we go. Damn it! I fucked it up! Alright.
Jamaica?
Jamaica.
Jamaica!
Just fucking damn it.
No, not the whole song again.
I'm trying to just get to that part.
Get to the
Jamaica.
chorus.
Jamaica,
Oh, here
Jamaica.
we are.
Oh crap, alright.
God
Yay.
damn it.
Sorry, I don't know what happened because I had it queued before. It
We
doesn't.
should just build a Sega Addicts soundboard app just for your use.
Be fine with me.
Uh,
So first up, Aaron Weber actually left Sega, which is sad
Oh.
because he's a good guy. He didn't say where he's going or anything, just that he's leaving the industry, but he had a nice little story on the Sega blog telling people basically follow your dreams, you could work at Sega too. That he, for those that don't know, Aaron Weber, I think he's in his mid or late 20s, but he started working at Sega by first being just very active on the Phantasy Star Online community boards and like kind of maintaining different community groups with that, and then went to Sega to be a community manager through there and through forums and things like that. I think at one point he was the Sonic brand manager, if I'm not mistaken, and him and Sam Mullen are basically the reason that Hatsune Miku got released to anywhere, the Project Diva games got released anywhere outside of Japan. Stevie and I actually interviewed both of them before,
we've
or right
spoken to
around.
him before. He's a very nice man.
Yeah, he's been on the original podcast a bunch of times. We've interviewed him a bunch of times on the site. We had him on talking about Hatsune Miku Project Diva F for the Vita and PS3, and they helped us out with the contest that we did. So he's all around a nice guy, and it's sad to see him leave because he's he's a great face. He was a great face for Sega.
Him leaving worries me for a multitude of reasons.
Well, he's got his own reasons. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I understand he's got his own reasons and everything, but like you mentioned that him and Sam Mullen were like the biggest reasons that Miku games got over here. Without him around, I'm a little bit worried that we're not going to get those.
I don't think that's going to be a problem.
no, the second one's still coming out.
Yeah, the second one's still coming out, and the first one, they basically proved that demand is there already. So that job's done. The rest is up to basically the fans to support it to keep it coming.
Right. But yeah, and I actually met him in person at PAX Prime back, I forget what year it was, but Sega hosted an event at the GameWorks across the street from the convention where if you stood in line, you got a wristband that if you were of age, you got 2 free drinks, access to their, what's it called, catered food, 200 tokens for the arcade, and they had a band there and stuff. I might have had a few in me, but I introduced myself to Aaron as soon as I saw him, and we started like BSing about a funny prank that they did for where they used papercraft and turned his office desk into Green Hill Zone. But he was just talking to me like I've known him for years. Like he was really personable and really nice. So this was before I even wrote for Sega Addicts. I was just BSing with him, so it was cool. So he's a good guy. It's sad to see him leave not just Sega but the game industry.
Well, I mean, it's him who's leaving. It's not like he's been fired or anything.
No, yeah, it's by choice. He didn't get laid off or anything. But I can also understand, sometimes you might see sides of the industry that you're not comfortable with, so you want to get out for your own reasons. I can speak for that from working in games retail, just seeing like that side of it. It's a fickle mistress, but I'm sure he'll be awesome and a great addition to wherever he goes. So we all wish him the best.
Has he said what he's going to do, or?
No.
Oh.
No, but I encourage everyone to read his epilogue on the website, which ends with a great teaser for the next awesome Sonic-related game coming out called Big's Big Fishing Adventure 3, coming out for the Game Gear 4.
I'm legitimately going to miss him. He was a really good face for the company and everything. And
What if he's going to work into coal mines?
Oh,
what?
I don't know.
Yeah, I might see him in Walmart then.
Hoo-ha!
Yeah, it's sad to see him go. I haven't experienced him personally, but I did submit him stupid-ass questions that you guys read.
Answer in the form of a hot dog.
Yeah.
And he did. So
What?
anyone who
No,
actually
what if- no.
goes with my shit.
What if he had a breakdown from that? What if,
Yeah, maybe
what if
that's why he left.
What if it's like, well, I'm never going to get a question as intelligent as that again. I need to get out of this industry.
Not just leave,
Yeah, he's like, I reached my peak.
Sega Addicts. I was on the Sega Addicts podcast. That's as good as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I was on
that
both
is it.
versions of the Sega Addicts podcast. The
Mhm.
original and the infinitely superior After Hours. I can die happy now.
Or alternatively, the higher-ups could have seen what happened to the Sega Addicts podcast after he was on. And then the 3 episodes that was just Brett and I.
Oh boy.
Oh god, this is what the Sega community is. I must leave it.
Either way, this is our fault. Can we go
Oh,
with
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
So,
We're sorry,
Sorry.
buddy.
yeah, so that's sad, but we all wish him the best from Sega Addicts and from all of us, that he does well wherever he's going. And Tom, did you want to talk more about this next topic, how Atlas has a teaser trailer for something?
Yes. So Atlas put up a website. I forget the URL because I don't have any shit open. I just have the schedule open like an idiot. But basically, it's just a giant-ass tree that you can click to see more of. And I can't think of too many Atlas properties that would basically have that as a teaser, except for Etrian Odyssey. So I'm taking this as a teaser that this is going to be that the new Etrian Odyssey game is coming, which makes sense because Etrian Odyssey 4 came out, and then there was Etrian Odyssey: The Millennium Girl, which very clearly worked on the same engine as Etrian Odyssey 4 did, in the same model. So maybe the next one that comes out is going to be a new big thing. Either way, people, just play Etrian Odyssey games. They're awesome.
What kind of RPGs are they exactly?
They are a very, very niche subset of RPGs. They're dungeon crawl RPGs, which means there's no story to speak of. There is a story. It's a pretty cool story because all of the Etrian Odyssey games take place way in the future, but it's a fantasy setting. So the implication is, oh, that's this world, but we fucked it up, just like Planet of the Apes.
You
And
maniac. You blew it
that's
off.
the entire story of the games, is that, oh, this is a future, and we fucked up. And there's a tree.
It's kind of a dystopian type deal.
And there's a labyrinth, and there's monsters in it. So fuck those monsters up! And what's really cool about Etrian Odyssey games in general is they have what's called FOEs, which are really big-ass monsters that are going to fuck your shit up. So while you have the regular creatures that are just random battles, which are not 100% random, but I'm getting besides myself, there's also, you can see on your map, FOEs, which move around. They have set paths. It's kind of like avoiding them, like a stealth game. Also, and this is the big thing about the Etrian Odyssey series, is you draw your own maps. And it's kind of...
That's cool.
How does that work? What do you mean?
So on the bottom screen of the DS screen is the map, which automatically generates as you walk around, but you have to draw. You can take the stylus and fill in all the information you want. So if you want to make a note that, okay, there's a star crest right here. This is a door here. You drag a door icon there. You can add a note that says star crest, and then you can move on. And you can draw in walls. You can draw in the hidden passageways and things like that. So the game is really designed around the idea that you are making maps and conquering these dungeons yourself. And it's a really cool feeling overall.
It's interesting.
That's kind of cool. That's like when you used to write down notes for games and cheats and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. They are the least accessible RPGs I've ever played, the dungeon crawl genre. But of the dungeon crawl genre games, Etrian Odyssey is the easiest to get into. So I'd say it's a fantastic series overall.
Now, what system do these usually go on?
They're always on a DS system because of that map creation thing.
Have they been on? I feel like they've been on others before, though, haven't they?
Nope. Etrian Odyssey 1 was on Etrian Odyssey 1 through 3 was on the DS, and Etrian Odyssey 4 and Etrian Odyssey the Millennium Girl were on the 3DS. So, hypothetically speaking, if this teaser is for another Etrian Odyssey game, it's going to be on the 3DS.
That's cool.
Hypothetically speaking, this is speculation. But once again, it's a giant-ass tree. That's the...
You could say it's very tree-lightful.
God damn
it.
What? It's not even like... Whatever.
That was like a half a second away from being totally synchronized.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi synchronized.
That's neat.
Stevie's box is just freaking creepy. Right?
Pretty close to the face.
It looked, like the little box here, it was just focused on his eyes, so it looked like a Resident Evil title screen.
Resident Evil.
Resident Steve-O.
God damn it.
Go ahead.
Go ahead with what?
I was playing with my camera because it's being all shitty. Go ahead.
So the next topic, there's a pretty awesome summer sale that's kicked in on Xbox Live for people that use that. What's going on with that, Tom, since you wrote that article too?
It's basically just a big Sega sale. Some highlights include Alpha Protocol, Anarchy Reigns, The Cave, Alpha Protocol Condemned, the Sonic 2, Sonic 4, 1 and 4 2, Sonic Generations, Alpha Protocol, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, Vanquished, Virtua Fighter 5, and Alpha Protocol. All fantastic games you should definitely pick up.
Seriously, though, aside from Alpha Protocol, the fact that Condemned is $5, if you haven't played Condemned and you like creepy games, bear in mind it was a launch game for 360, but that's like one of my favorite games this series or whatever this generation. Yeah, Anarchy Reigns.
And Virtua Fighter. Final Showdown is a fantastic game.
Yeah, Condemned is well worth it, especially for like $5. Like, what isn't worth $5? Just
and it's not really a terribly short game if you actually want to get the achievements and shit too. But
if you're listening to this show, you probably already have Sonic Generations. But if you don't, less than $8 for Sonic Generations is a steal.
Very much so.
Also, if you haven't played Alpha Protocol, you really should, and for under $5, you will not be disappointed by it.
I got it for free in a Sega contest, and I was still disappointed.
You can't be disappointed by it. It's just an amazing RPG experience.
I was horribly disappointed.
Why is Stevie muted?
I think
he did that to himself.
Oh, Stevie muted himself? Probably from...
Go ahead.
Stevie probably wanted to quiet down his agreeing with me about Alpha Protocol being the best.
No, Stevie. I know you're smarter than that. Legit, Tom and Alex Riggin are the only people I've ever met that like Alpha Protocol. And I wonder about that all the time because I usually can trust their opinions on games. But when they say Alpha Protocol is good, it's like, what? What's wrong, buddy?
It's a unique experience, in my opinion. I can't get enough of it.
It's Mass Effect, but boringer.
No, it's not. I get very upset when people just write it off as a Mass Effect ripoff. It's not. It's got so much more to it.
A lot more.
It doesn't have a blue lesbian alien in it.
The AI is shit. I'll give it that much. The AI is positively terrible, but everything else is great.
Sure.
He hates Catherine, but he loves Alpha Protocol. I'm scared. Tom, I thought I knew you, buddy.
You knew I liked Alpha Protocol.
I thought I knew you. I thought I loved you.
No, you didn't.
So, in other news, another good news, the Sonic 2 HD project has been revived. That that project went under. What it is, should explain first. It's literally just Sonic 2, but upgraded to HD, and not. It's a fan project. It's not. By HD, I don't mean just this like smoothed out effects that they've done for the re-release downloadable like XBLA and PSN versions of, excuse me, some of the classics. But this one's a full.
It's more in the vein of
Sonic
Street
2.
Fighter 2 HD than Sonic Adventure HD.
Sure.
Where, well, Street Fighter 2 had like completely redrawn sprites, completely redone music and everything.
Oh, okay. I
Like,
didn't know that.
Da-da-da-da-da.
And I
Yeah,
own
it had,
that.
like OC Remix did like the soundtrack, and Udon did the redrawn sprites and backgrounds and everything. It looks really beautiful, to be honest with you. I think it looks better than Street Fighter 4, honestly.
I thought we were talking about Sonic 2, which I took a look at the video. I kind of like how they made the levels continuous like Sonic 3.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty neat.
Yeah, it's cool, and they're recruiting for people to help them right now. One of the reasons it stopped production was because it ended up being, I think, just 1 or 2 people working on the whole game at one point.
Another reason was the guy who created the engine. I followed this story for a long time because I was real into like the Sonic hacking stuff back in that time.
Mm-hmm.
And the programmer, the lead programmer they had, was named Lost, and he had encoded a bunch of DRM into his engine, and he wouldn't give anybody else the code. He wouldn't let anybody work with him. Just a real uncooperative douchebag who basically encoded a bunch of stuff that did not need to be in there, and a lot of like antivirus stuff flagged as a virus as well because of that. And if he wasn't going to cooperate, they were just going to shut the whole thing down because of the bad reputation he gave them. He gave the whole team. So it's good to see that they got over that, and they've gotten rid of him. They're not going to have that horrifying bullshit happen again. And I'm looking forward to see what happens with it.
Yeah,
Right?
I think it's gonna be good. It's I don't know. It looks promising just from the videos. I think you can actually download the alpha right now, can't you? Or am I
Yeah, but that's what the old code like that has the like that DRM and everything I just mentioned.
Whoops. Okay. Ignore me.
Yeah, let's not go with that one.
I don't know.
But,
But they have a Facebook site up again and everything, so just search for that on Facebook and like it, and that's the best place to keep up to date with it. Okay, so speaking of the Genesis days, there was on a couple different sites actually posted about this. I saw it on Arcade Heroes, and then Destructoid covered it because they were pretty pumped for it. But Primal Rage, the fighting game involving dinosaurs and crazy giant apes and stuff.
basically a kaiju battler.
Sure, that happened on the Genesis, and then they, I guess, were planning a second one, and it never happened. But there was supposedly, I'll let you talk more about this, Brett. There was a novel written to cover the much needed and sought after story in Primal Rage 2.
It was called Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Yeah.
But Brett, go ahead and talk about this though, since you posted the article.
Yeah. I'll talk a bit more about why I was excited about this later, but yeah, the game basically, I mean, it did way better than I think it should have, because I mean, I had fun with the game, but it was still kind of mediocre.
I own it just because it's fucking dinosaurs.
Yeah, that was
Dinosaurs pissed
they
me
were
apart.
they were dinosaurs that basically ripped off Mortal Kombat characters.
Seen
It was great.
puking, sneezing, whatever, kicking humans.
It was
You'd
basically
pick them up in
instead
the air
of
and then eat them to regain your health.
it was like instead of the violence of Mortal Kombat, it was just going for gross out humor.
Yeah, a little bit. It stood out amongst like.
Oh yes, I found it. All right, I happened to get this from home, and I was just reminded that there's an article about Primal Rage in here for the turn for the 2x for the 32x, and it has some of the differences. Okay, here we go. It's called Leapin' Lizards. So we're gonna read some snippets from this. Or actually, I'll find some good snippets while you're talking more, Brett. So go
Okay,
ahead.
but yeah, the game was popular enough to warrant well, it was popular enough to warrant a lot of things. It had a board game, a toy line. I had
A
the entire.
board game? Are you fucking with me?
No. Playmates made a board
I
game.
want to find this.
I want to
More
find it too.
importantly, here's what you got on the 32X version. As always, the Oh, okay. For listeners, I'm taking this from a copy of Sega Visions. It's called Leapin' Lizards, the article. And, oh my gosh, I need to zoom in for the picture of the author right there. They always used fun avatars, and it's an ape
Fucking blizzard.
pensively sitting atop giant, or just being gigantic. What you get, 32X version. As always, the Genesis 32X gives you enhancement in color palette, sprite size, and sound over the Genesis version. Here's what else Sega's 32X game offers. Apocalyptic background story. End story for each dinosaur. So I guess the apes just don't get the story. Higher animation frame count, varying blood viscosity, up to 10 humans on screen instead of 6, animation for shadows and dust, full background animation.
I love
and
that
it
they
doesn't stop
clarify
there.
how many more humans there are. Yeah, there are 10 instead of 6 now. It's a whole new experience.
People were counting that. Now, the Sega Saturn version, what you get, it's no surprise that the Sega Saturn port comes the closest to the arcade Primal Rage. At press time, the game is not complete, but here's what the folks at Time Warner Interactive say you can expect. No cheese flag to protest cheap combos, hidden sports game, volleyball, bowling with human pins, and skydiving cows, 3D sound, human cheers, human munching bonus round, two-player tug-of-war, and endurance games not in arcade version.
Please tell me it's Primal Rage Extreme Beach Volleyball.
Yeah,
It
I'd
could
love
be.
that.
But yeah, it was popular enough to warrant like a toy line, which I had all the figures except for 2 of them, which were
God
the
damn it, Brett.
I never knew
characters they
Primal Rage
introduced.
was popular.
Yeah, it was
It's
actually
like Battle Monsters becoming popular.
it actually got quite a bit of fanfare back in the day, but they had started on a sequel, but the game had they'd made a few strange choices about the game where it was made to look like it would be more humans versus humans, with humans based on the original characters from the first game, and the game's popularity had quickly died out. So,
Like
what up,
the dinosaurs.
Yeah, what up, Chaos?
Oh.
Scotty, you should make that your avatar.
Yeah.
But like, the game's popularity had waned, so they basically just shelved the project. And it was one of the rarest games to find anything of, like from back in the, because like there were no real screenshots of it. There was definitely no gameplay footage or anything, and most of all the boards were pretty much disposed of. There were only 2 left in the world, pretty much. Oh, that was my favorite right there, or second favorite.
I'm working on my my avatar. Sorry.
But last year a guy showed off some footage of Primal Rage 2 in action. It was like a private collector, and an arcade in Illinois, Galloping Ghost Arcade, I believe bought the board and everything from this guy, and they've made it fully playable at their arcade, and
Nice.
they've uploaded like a 3-hour gameplay stream. It's the first high-quality gameplay we've ever seen, and as far as they know, the only other existing board got disposed of. So this is the last remaining board in the world that has a working Primal Rage 2 on it.
Sega Addicts Road Trip.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
This is sweet. I love it when because we don't really hear about like cancelled games coming out and stuff like that. Like
Yeah.
I always find them really interesting. Like I like unseen64.com. It's a good site. We just
Great site.
learn about unfinished stuff. Like it's just really interesting to me. And I think there's
Yeah.
something.
Like the whole Sonic
Nice.
X or Sonic
Yeah,
Extreme thing we saw
yeah.
eventually.
And I think there's something neat to be said that people's work, you know, regardless of the quality of the game, is finally being shown in Primal Rage 2.
And
Because, you know, that might have been someone's first game that they worked on.
And
Right.
here's the thing. You mentioned that the guy who did a lot of the programming on Primal Rage 2 went on to make a little fighting game for Capcom called Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. which is
Oh.
looked at as one of the greatest games of all time, or at least one of the greatest fighting games of all
I was
time.
hold on there.
Yeah,
Maybe not greatest games of all time, but one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Ocarina of Time, Street Fighter Third Strike.
I would put Third Strike above Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
But but yeah, and here's the thing, like Primal Rage 1 was it got my attention because of the dinosaurs and the blood, of course. But this game looks legitimately fun. It looks legitimately refined for a prototype version. It looks
You just
like
said a game from 1994 looks refined.
oh, compared to the first one, absolutely. And I mean, it stacks up really. And like the only issues that they really could find with it right now is there were some animation issues and there were some massive balance issues. But like it's a far better game than anybody expected. Like the animation, we have a video on the site that's like the 3-hour gameplay stream they did. The animation looks absolutely incredible for a game from 1996 done by stop motion.
They use real dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Got
I
It's
stopped.
basically Jurassic Park the game.
It's so amazing to actually see this, and to see it's actually pretty cool. Also, the thing,
25 million years in the making.
and here's the other thing. One of the big rumors was they would be replacing the dinosaurs and apes with human characters.
What?
What the hell? What's
Sorry,
George
I'm
Foreman
done.
up there?
I'm
But
done.
but what they did was actually kind of a prototype for Bloody Roar. If any of you guys
Oh my
have played
gosh.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I owned a
you
few.
you morph into the dinosaurs and apes as your super combo, or if you know how to do it, you can just play as the dinosaurs and morph into the humans instead for your super
Why would
combo.
Ever play as the humans?
Yeah.
I know. But it's really interesting.
That's like making a Sonic game where you can be a human and then transform into Sonic if you want to.
a Sonic game where you play as Princess Elise chasing a birthday hat, and you can maybe play as Sonic.
Yeah, that's the exact same thing.
A Gundam game where you never walk into a Gundam.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah! Alright,
And
so
look
I
at
think-
this now.
I-
The one
A
thing I
Sailor
like
Moon, a Sailor
there's
Moon game
world
where you play as
map
the
screen. There's a world map screen, and all of the continents are in the shape of a dinosaur skull. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's very.
Oh, I remember that. Pangea or whatever.
They actually called it Earth with a U instead of an EA.
Earth!
Oh my god, I've never played Primal Rage. I have no idea what's going on.
Fighting
Play
game
it,
with
damn it.
dinosaurs. The end.
To be fair, I like that it does show you that nothing is lost. Like because of stuff like this, one day we might see Sonic Extreme. You never know.
Yeah.
It's just an example of that kind of thing. It's just
It
quite
reminds me that I'm always on the search for a Sega Sonic arcade machine because that's the only Sonic game I haven't played. The one that uses a trackball
Oh yeah, that one looks awful.
that introduced Mighty, the Armadillo, and Ray the Squirrel.
Oh god, I wanted to forget Ray the Flying Squirrel was a thing that existed.
Keep dreaming, you crazy diamond,
I
Scotty.
didn't realize that existed.
See you, Space Cowboy.
So yeah, speaking of Genesis games, we're gonna jump into our main topic here. You guys ready to do that?
Hells yeah.
Yes.
Can I do
I'm
the
not-
transition? I've got a good transition.
What do you mean, music or picture?
Yeah, I've got a good way to. You did the picture, and I'll transition to the next section. Yeah.
Okay, Brett, you're gonna have
Okay.
to hold it on Stevie.
I don't-
Or no, I'm not. Wait, you're
On you.
never mind. I'm an idiot. Yeah, just hold it
Hold
on
it on
me.
you.
But here we go.
Genesis does 16-bit graphics. You can't do this on Nintendo. Genesis does.
What Nintendo? You know, it's great that you said that and that I had that thing prepared, not even knowing that you were going to say that.
Yeah. I just love the harmonies. You can't do this on Nintendo.
Stevie,
For the listeners, it was a magazine ad that says "What Nintendo don't," and it had a bunch of games, including in the center, of course, Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. So it's
Do
all
you know
the
what Genesis
exclusives that
did
people
that
talked
Nintendo
about.
didn't? Was lie about their processors.
Well, they had a better processor than the SNES, but that was the
Yeah, but they
only
didn't
thing
have
that
blast
technologically was
processing.
better. No, they can call it whatever they want to. It's the same as I don't know. Whatever. I don't fucking care. All right. So what we're gonna do is our top 5 Genesis titles that we want to recommend to each other and the listeners and viewers. The way we're gonna do this is each of us is gonna list our number 5. Then each of us will do our number 4, 3, 2, 1. So who would like to kick it off with their number 5 recommended Genesis title?
I can.
And
can.
I want to also point out it's going to be we're going to try to stick to Genesis exclusive stuff. So, you're not going to hear Zombies
shit.
Ate My No or not. Or not.
I fucked up.
Way to go. This is why I send out the emails. This is why I send them out ahead of time with the details in the emails and the outlines for your small minds to get shit together.
Technically speaking, my number 3 in title only is a Genesis exclusive. The title is specific to the Genesis.
That could be all right. Do you still want to do your number 5 and think about your other stuff?
I will do my number 5 first. My number 5 favorite Genesis game.
Number 5
is Phantasy Star 3. We all saw this coming that my list would have Phantasy Star on it, and I think the more thing people are going to be more curious about is why Phantasy Star 3 and not Phantasy Star 2. When Phantasy Star 3 is kind of looked at as being meh. And I think actually Phantasy Star 3, while maybe not having a better story than Phantasy Star 2, gameplay-wise absolutely holds up a lot more than Phantasy Star 2 does. Since Phantasy Star 2, I would almost argue it might be unplayable by today's standards.
Really? I mean, I tried playing the first one on the Ultimate Genesis Collection. No fucking clue what I was doing.
Yeah, Phantasy Star 2 says, all right, now you're going to go over here, but you're not going to survive going over there unless you spend like 20 to 30 minutes grinding in the opening area. And then it keeps on going. Every single time you go into a new area, grind for 2 to 3 hours sometimes. It doesn't hold up. But Phantasy Star 3, I think, has a much... not a better story, but a more flowing story. It has more of what you would expect from, say, a Final Fantasy game tells its story.
Does it at least, I remember in the first one, it didn't even really start with much of a story. It just had you starting in your town, and that was it. It didn't tell you where to go or anything. Does it have at least something to introduce you to?
Oh, yeah. It has an opening. It doesn't have an opening cutscene.
That's what the first one didn't have, an opening.
Yeah. It kind of has an opening. Kind of. You walk into an area, then you walk into the castle.
You walk into a bar.
Talk to your fiancée, and then she gets abducted by a dragon.
Of course.
And then your father says, "No son of mine's going after that dragon. Into the dungeon with you." And then you go into a dungeon, and for some fucking reason, oh look, here's my starting gear in this dungeon cell. I will take this.
Of course.
I will take this cape. I'm good.
Nothing but a cape. Let's go.
Because that's the appropriate place to keep gear for adventuring is inside a prison cell.
Normally. Cool. Who wants to go next?
Oh, can I go?
Sure.
Gonna start off. I know I mentioned earlier, but Aladdin, good game. Recommend it. Genuinely hard platformer. It's exclusive to Genesis or Nintendo. It's not exclusive to Nintendo or Genesis because they're different games. The SNES one is made by a different company, I think. But I like. Yeah.
Did Capcom make all of them?
Capcom. I think Capcom made. I know Capcom made definitely the SNES one, but it's a good game. It's a short game, but it's also very, very hard, but it's also very, very fun. So I would recommend that. And let's talk about Scotty while he's not here. We'll talk about gossip. What do you think about Scotty's hair?
I miss the sideburns. I wish.
Yeah.
I swear I saw some sideburns.
Oh,
I
oh,
grabbed
oh,
my-
no,
what?
he's back.
He's back. We can't talk about him anymore.
Act natural.
I just told you that I went to see who Aladdin was made by on the Genesis.
We weren't talking about you.
Act natural, guys.
Virgin.
Yep.
Virgin.
Oh, yeah, Virgin did
They did
Lion
some-
King. I was actually going to include Lion King on my list as well, but I had to put it out for something else, and I thought, you know what, Aladdin's the better two of Lion King and Aladdin in terms of Disney games. So I would say, yeah, Aladdin is a game I would recommend. It's also got good tunes. It has a kind of faithful recreation of some of the Aladdin songs using chip tunes.
Yeah. That's cool. That's a good choice. And I should mention also with this list, it's probably going to get us to try to track down and check out some games too. So Brett, what is your number 5?
Well, since we've already talked about it today, I'll just go ahead and throw it out there. Primal Rage. If only because it is a perfect snapshot of what fighting games were like in that time in the 90s, where everything was trying to be Mortal Kombat, which was laughably gory to the point of just not being able to take anything seriously. But what the whole using apes and dinosaurs, basically kaiju thing, was unique amongst a lot of the other stuff, and it did a lot of innovative things that still stick around today in fighting games. Like, it was the first game that told you how much percent of damage your combos did, which that didn't pop up in another fighter until, I think, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It did the no cheese meter, which would keep you from using a move if you spammed it too much, which I kind of wish would come back in some fighters today. It just did a lot of cool stuff, and like I said, it's a perfect snapshot of fighting games in the 90s where it was laughably gory, but it was also kind of unique. So
Didn't have like some really butt fucking stupid special move. Oh,
yeah,
combos too?
yeah, and this is a thing that Primal
As in
Rage.
they were dumb, like ridiculously hard to pull off, you mean?
Yeah.
And like hold
yeah,
A and C and press.
Yeah, it was
Start button with
it
your
was
nose.
it was a very weird notation. I didn't like that about it. That's one thing Primal Rage 2.
It was written on staff music, so you couldn't.
God damn it! But that's one thing Primal Rage 2 apparently does different is they go to a traditional like fireball motion or dragon punch motion instead of that stupid.
Hadouken!
Yeah.
That's Brett's number 5. My number 5 is Spider-Man and Venom in Separation Anxiety, which is a beat 'em up. It's a brawler. It's kind of an answer to Maximum Carnage, because Maximum Carnage, they're almost the exact same game, gameplay-wise, but Maximum Carnage is only one player. Separation Anxiety, you can play as Spider-Man and Venom, and I recommend playing it with the 6-button controller if you can track it down, because to do web slinging in it, you have to hold like up and C, and I don't know, but on the 6-button you just hit X or Y or something. It's a lot easier. But it's just a fun brawler. It gets repetitive eventually, but what's cool is you get assists by other Marvel heroes. So Captain America will just jump in and throw his shield, or I forget who else is in there. I think like Hawkeye's in there, and maybe the Punisher as well.
The only thing that Separation Anxiety didn't do cooler than Maximum Carnage was it didn't have a really dope-ass red cart.
That's true, but I'm not racist, so I don't care what color the card is.
Yeah.
That is a dumb title. That it sounds like Spider-Man and Venom are roommates and they can't live without each other. And then they get separation anxiety.
It's a sitcom starring Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah, that's what it sounds
God,
like.
I
It's a
would
Marvel
watch the
sitcom.
hell out of that.
Yeah.
I fucking love Venom, so I mean, that'd be awesome.
It's good, and you can play. You don't have like first player isn't stuck being Spider-Man. You could be Venom if you want to, so it's fun that you don't get stuck like that. But it's cool. It's fun. It's just a good like run around and kick the shit out of stuff. Stevie, is that a Beanie Baby now?
No. It's Reptar.
That is green pleather pants that he's wearing. Stevie, are you aware you're still on a podcast right now? I think we've lost him.
Sorry, no, I'm here. Sorry, I'll.
He transformed into a lizard because we were talking about Primal Rage.
Jake was a lizard.
Definitely, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, my number 5 was separation anxiety. We'll just keep going in the order we started there. Tom, what's your number 4?
Number 4 is a number 3. Specifically, Shinobi 3.
Sticking
Shinobi
with your free theme.
is really freaking good because
Would you say it's freaking good?
it's freaking good. It makes you feel like you're a ninja. Because when I first played it, I thought, man, this game is fucking slow. But once I mastered the jump kick and the dashing and the dash slice while dashing, man, that game opens up, becomes really fun. And I did not actually discover this stuff, stupidly enough, until I played the 3D Classics remake on the 3DS. So I've been playing it for years on a very slow crawl, finally figured out how to play it right. And man, is it fun. So much fun, gets big props as my number 4 best on the Genesis.
Cool. That's cool. Yeah, you were talking about Echo before, and you mentioned the 3D classics now. I was going to say, if you haven't played that 3D classic of Echo, if you get just pissed off on how difficult Echo is on the actual real Genesis, you should try the 3D classics version, because there's an invincibility mode.
Yeah, I think it's called Dolphin mode, which is so...
Yeah, or I think it's called Super Dolphin. Yeah.
Super Dolphin.
Right.
That's
There's
fun.
a lot less tuna. Okay. Stevie, what's your number 4?
Number 4 ain't probably any racing game I'm ever gonna pimp out like this. Micro Machines.
Oh man.
Simply because I think Micro Machines is one of the first games to actually have it's a really fun control scheme for the cars, and it's just really, really fun, and the environments, everything's so small, and you're playing around in them. It's quite imaginative in that way. It's just really the only racing game I really liked as a kid.
I meant to write about that back in the day, and I never got around to it. But I completely agree with you.
Micro Machines is awesome, and I recommend that. I think it's probably the best racing game on the Megadrive.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's like one of the first games that made you feel as small as they wanted it to. Maybe that's why I like Toy Commander so much, because it does a good job of like throwing you into that world.
Yeah.
But
definitely, yeah.
Fun. Was that one that was up to 4 player?
Yeah, you could have a lot of players. It might have even been more than that.
Yeah, it might have been something retarded like 6 or 8. I want to say it was up to more than 4 somehow, but I don't know. That's cool. That's a good one. I need to play that more. Brett, you're number 4.
I'm going to go with a racing game as well. One that's very not well known.
Hard Driving.
No, it's not actually.
Game's so bad.
I ended up getting this one for like $5 at a pawn shop once. I didn't know it was, but it ended up being very cool back in the day. It was Lotus 2 RECS. It was very basic on the surface, where you only got like 3 cars and all that.
RECS?
Yeah. And that's, I can't remember what that exactly stands for, but it's a reference to the course creation system in the game.
Recess? Lotus 2 Recess.
I give up now. But yeah, it was one of the very first games that had a track creator. It was more like a track generator.
What? I actually, sorry, we should back up. What kind of racer was it? Because Micro Machines was like an isometric racer. What kind of racer?
Yeah.
Like what kind of point of view is Lotus?
It was a back view, like a generic like chase camera view.
Okay.
Like you saw the back of the car. It was very much in the same vein as Outrun and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was just a generic little checkpoint racer, but the course creation system and the various environments it had made it stand out a lot. You could like race in space and everything using like real cars and stuff like that.
Sounds like Cruising World or something.
A little bit. It was mainly focused just around Lotus brand cars as well, which that's what got me liking that brand of car. But pretty fun, and like I said,
Track creator and can race in space.
Yeah, it was. That's what pulled me in. It was a lot of fun. Just trying to make the most ridiculously hard track I could.
So the gravitational pull.
I'll make your track
God damn it.
Yeah. Anything else about the Lotus?
No, I pretty much covered everything there.
Cool.
What's your number 3?
Number 4.
4.
Is
I don't know how to count.
is Quackshot starring Donald Duck.
Oh, good one.
Yeah. I double checked because there's not many Disney games that are exclusive to systems, especially if it's like a. Well, no, I take that back because we had Castle of Illusion and World of Illusion. But Quackshot for the Genesis is a platformer starring Donald Duck, and he has this ridiculous handgun that shoots plungers, and you have different types of plungers, like some that stun enemies, some that kill them, some that stick to walls and let you jump up, which you would think is all of them. But that wouldn't make the game challenging. It's a surprisingly long game, too. There's a little bit of Metroidvania in it because you do have to backtrack in some levels to get stuff. I don't even remember what the plot is. It's probably like find Uncle Scrooge's gold for whatever. Yeah, who knows? But it's just a fun.
Darkwing Duck.
It's a fun platforming game. I don't think there's even save states in it, if I remember correctly. So that might be why I remember it being so long in duration. Do you remember, Stevie? You're a fan of that, I think.
I don't think it did. It might have had passwords. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, maybe. But it's a good game, and pretty much all Disney games ever made back in that era were quality games.
Yeah. I'd say World of Illusion is fun.
That's a good one too. I picked Quackshot mainly just because I don't think many people know about it. And it was an earlier one. It was like the black grid cover Genesis box. It was an earlier game.
I will say this about World of Illusion. It can be frustrating if you're in the mine level and the other person won't jump up to do that thing. Michael, you absolute cunt. You just kept doing it and making me die because he would never jump up at the right time. Dickhead.
So, Tom, what's your number 3?
Somebody
Street Fighter 2.
That Mega Man? What? Oh.
Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
And
I thought it was
exclusive.
going for the Mega Man thing for a second there, too.
I said it's an exclusive and title only because I forget. I think it's
Championship Edition?
Hyper Championship Edition. I think they just added the Hyper in there, and that's what makes it the Genesis exclusive.
I thought it was just Championship Edition.
Yeah, it was. It was Championship Edition, and then everybody got Super Street Fighter 2, and then
everybody was Supersonic Racing.
Yeah. God damn it! And then
they could feel the sunshine.
SNES got Turbo, Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
So yeah, I actually just picked up Street Fighter 2 on Genesis not that long ago, and played it with my 6-button controller. And holy fuck, it has become my new favorite way to play Street Fighter 2. Even
That's
more
why
than the
controllers came out mainly.
Yeah, even more than the HD remake on the PS3. I really like the slowdown. I really like everything about it.
Wow.
My favorite part of that game is when the elephants make their noises in it because it sounds so horrible. It's like
one of the most critically lauded fighting games of all time. The favorite part is the noise the elephants make.
Well, hey, my favorite part of Street Fighter 2 is Cammy's theme. So.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't arcade perfect, but when I was growing up, it fucking felt arcade perfect.
Yeah.
Like, that was just awesome.
Agreed.
Awesome.
Nice. Stevie, what's your number 3?
Number 3, gonna have to go for Gunstar Heroes, bro.
I forgot about that.
Gunstar Heroes is a fucking
How did I
great
not think of that?
An amazing game. Like I think it's probably Treasure's most iconic game, and you can really see it because it has a lot of Treasure tropes in it. It has the bosses, the colourful graphics that they usually have with the big character sprites, a lot of fast-paced run-and-gun action. It's just really good.
No boss is the same in it.
Would you?
No bosses are the same, and I love the bosses, and I love the level with the dice that you have to roll. I think that's really cool.
Would you say it's a treasure trove of treasure tropes?
Fuck
Yes,
you,
I
Brett.
would say that very much so.
My favorite part of that game is the combining of weapons. I thought
Yeah, the weapons are really good as well.
getting the homing lasers is so fucking stupidly awesome.
And for what it is, it's surprisingly long as well.
Mhm.
It's one of the longer run and gun games on the Mega Drive.
I never got that far in it. I didn't play it until I never played it on Genesis. I didn't play it until it was like re-released on a collection somewhere. Is it on the Ultimate Genesis collection? No.
Nope.
No, I know it's on
It is. You can
XBLA.
download it. Yeah.
Get it on XBLA for really cheap.
Maybe that's where I
Sega
played
Classics or whatever it is, but
That might be it.
it's well worth play. It's well worth playing. It's a very good game. I would also say, in brackets, Dynamite Heady. I haven't played that much of it, but
Oh,
I'll just
man.
say that's a good game. But
That's a good
Gunstar
one.
Heroes definitely.
Nice. Brett, number 3.
Well, this one's kind of a strange one. I can't really. This is more just nostalgia talking, but there was like a group of Power Ranger games released for all the systems, and the Genesis got an exclusive fighting game, and it was very basic. It was no like Street Fighter or anything like that.
Bad.
But
Bad.
damn,
Huffy.
but I don't know. It was pretty damn fun back in the day.
Well, it was a fighting game, not a beat 'em up.
No, yeah, it was a fighting game.
All right.
Yeah, I played the beat 'em up one, and it sucked. It sucked ass. But the fighting game, I mean, it was pretty basic, but it got the job done and entertained me. And honestly, I wouldn't mind going back to it with this overpowered thing just for laughs.
How would you do that?
Hook
Make
this
your
up,
own pad for it.
Yeah.
make another $125 fight stick just for Power Rangers.
Do one for that.
Do it.
Do one for Primal Rage.
Yeah,
Do one for
absolutely.
Battle
Okay, I would buy a Primal Rage stick.
I would. I absolutely would.
All of it.
I'll buy that $50 off one on Mad Catz' site right now and make a Primal Rage skin for it.
Done.
Do it. Do it.
Kickstarter.
Don't give me $79 and I will make a Primal Rage
You say
stick.
don't give me $79?
No, I said give me $79.
You can
Okay.
get like a $50 stick from Hori on Amazon. I don't know if they're any good or not though, but it's a Hori stick.
Is it that one that's like got
I think
no
it's a
artwork
mini.
on it?
I think
Yeah, I
it's a mini
can't.
stick.
The thing is I like to customize my stuff, and that's not one that's really lending itself to customization.
Yeah.
God, I said that weird.
No, you're right.
You're
You're
putting
not
too
wrong.
much thought into fighting stick based with Primal Rage.
Yeah, basically, your Primal Rage, you just buy Jurassic Park stickers and you stick them to a $50
Yeah.
stick. There's your Primal Rage stick,
Out of
motherfucker.
your
WWE
stick
brawl
and rage.
stick and just stick a dinosaur over Triple H's face.
There you go.
Best customization ever. But Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, very fun game.
God
Looked
damn it.
pretty good for just really what was just a budget game. It was
Brother
fun.
got us out of this Power Rangers talk.
What, do you not enjoy the television classic that is the
You know
Mighty
what?
Morphin Power Rangers?
I owned a goddamn Power Rangers dagger from the Green Ranger. Now, when you swung it, it went ka-ching, ka-ching, and that was my treasured toy. And it broke one day, and my parents didn't.
And with it,
help
my
me fix
childhood.
it.
And that is why you hate. That is your backstory for why you hate Power Rangers.
That is my supervillain origin story.
I just met a girl named Maria.
God damn it, you really are going to work that into every fucking episode.
I am.
Ah.
That
man.
is my Shadow the Hedgehog story. My toy broke.
Yeah.
Sing it again, damn it.
What are we on? 3? 3! My 3, speaking of Primal Rage, my number 3 Genesis game that I want to recommend and is one of my favorites is Dinosaurs for Hire.
Never heard of this.
Welcome to
It is a real game.
The box
It is
art
a
is
real game.
amazing.
I should have prepped that. I didn't think about it. But are you guys familiar? You're all familiar with Contra, right? The Contra games.
Yep.
How it's run and gun, one hit you're dead, and you get like gun power ups and stuff as you go, and it's just insanity all over the screen. Let me find it here. It's similar to that in that you are just running and gunning, and I don't think it's a one-hit kill. You might have like 3 hits or something. All right, let me do the screen share here to get the. Is this gonna work?
I know.
You guys see that all right? There we
Holy
go.
shit.
Yeah, it's you play as. Oh shoot. I should find their names. It's based on a comic book actually, and let me see here. There were. Oh, we're not gonna watch me just surf the internet now. Hold on. But yeah, you played as a T-Rex or a Triceratops or a Stegosaurus. It was hilarious because they had like actual stories and whatever, or not stories, but like background, because everybody was really concerned with the background to each of these characters.
Totally like the lore of the Primal Rage series.
Yeah, exactly. It was very much demanded. But one of them said that their favorite movies... Yeah, it had their favorite movies for each of them. One of them was Terminator 1, Terminator 2, Terminator 3, in parentheses, hopefully.
Well, Terminator 3 did come out and it was bad, so...
And then
really
4 came out, yeah. But let me see here. I'm not going to be able to find it. But it was fucking difficult, though. And it was definitely almost unplayable unless you had a buddy with you to get through some of the bullcrap in the levels. But it was fun. If you like the Contra games and just the insanity of them, I can't recommend Dinosaurs for Hire enough, because it's dinosaurs with machine guns and leather jackets and eye patches and whatever else. That's
not good about that.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my number 3. So Tom, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is a game I fell in love with on the Game Gear, and then played the Genesis version and fell in love with it there as well. It is Mickey Mouse Castle of Illusion.
Nice.
And I don't really feel like I need to justify this decision. I think everyone thinks that's a great game.
Yeah, no, better than the remake that came out recently. So
I have only played the remake. I know I need to play. I just bought the original actually.
Yeah, did you jump in on the PSN deal where it gave you the original for free with the remake?
No, I missed that. No, I take that back. I did get it, but I also have the physical original.
Oh,
thing.
okay.
So, yeah.
You should play it. It's really, really good.
World of Illusion is good as well, as we said. So.
I've played that one back and forth.
But if you're not, just make sure you're not playing with fucking Michael, who will also make it so he hits you and you get stops you for a couple seconds, which is really bad, especially when the walls are closing in on you, dickhead.
I will also say...
And he doesn't let you play as Donald, and I selected Donald, even though I was the one staying at his house.
I will also give a hearty recommendation to the Castle of Illusion that's on the Game Gear, which, as you could expect, is a completely different game, but it's in all of the same worlds. And it's really fucking challenging, but highly recommended as well. I think it's identical to the version on the Master System as well.
Cool. All right, awesome. Okay, so Castle. Number 2.
Okay, I'm going to go with a game I actually only played recently, Castlevania Bloodlines.
Ooh,
Slash
nice.
Europe, Castlevania, the new generation. That's a beautiful game. It's got nice big sprites, and it actually does something amazing, which is a Castlevania game where it's not a hassle to go upstairs. You can finally jump well when you're on stairs, and it works, and it's amazing. And the bosses are really good, and if you're playing on the American version, it's got really cool violence in it as well. Which is just if you're in the Europe version, it doesn't matter. There are 2 distinct characters that are fun to play as. One's basically a Belmont with a whip, the other has a lance. that plays differently, which is really fun to try out. It's just a classic old school Castlevania game as well. It was before they started to mix it up. So if you like Rondo of Blood and if you like Castlevania 3 in particular, then I think you'll really dig Castlevania Bloodlines. It's a good
Is that
game.
an expensive game to pick up?
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
I want to say it's a little bit rare, because I'm pretty sure they only released one Castlevania game on the Genesis,
Yeah.
but I
It's,
haven't looked into it. That's
The
all I
music's
know
also
about it.
fantastic
Great.
in it as well.
Cool.
I'll look it up. But yeah, it's a good one. Have you guys played it or?
No, I haven't. I have never been a big fan of the Castlevania games. So,
Castlevania Bloodlines has an average loose price of $40
whoa.
Wow.
and is
Yeah.
currently going new for $300.
What? Damn.
Not worth it.
No.
Worth it for 40 maybe.
Yeah.
You know, just get it on a ROM. I didn't say that, but you can get it on a ROM.
Guys, did you hear
That doesn't
something?
exist.
I don't know. I did get it on a ROM. I didn't know. I can't hear anything.
I can't hear anything about Gens Plus. I can't hear anything either.
You just don't get a ROM.
Brett, what's your... No, Stevie, what's... Yeah, no, Brett, what's your number two?
My number 2 is my own business, and I flush it. Thank you. No, I'm kidding.
My business as well.
Have you been waiting the whole time to say that?
Yeah, pretty much. I allow myself one toilet humor joke per year, and that
Per
was it.
year? You're in the wrong country. You should not be on the internet anymore.
I don't watch Family Guy. Anyway, but let's see. My number two. Thank you.
Is that part of being straight edge, not watching Family Guy?
Mm-hmm.
Family
of
Guy
course.
is terrible though. So
Yeah.
good on-
It's as bad for you as hard drugs. So there you go.
Well, you
Okay,
can hard drugs and be having fun. So
And speaking of things that do hard drugs, my number 2 is WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game.
Should have seen this coming.
It was not like a traditional wrestling game.
Yeah. Oh,
Um,
by that you mean you had control over your character?
yeah, as opposed to a
Any of them?
WWE 2K game,
As
which
opposed
those
to-
games sucked. But yeah, WrestleMania was a very unique game, as in it made wrestling into a bigger joke than it already is. When you got hit, you bled, but you bled out like objects that were like unique to your wrestler and all that stuff. It was more of a arcadey game than a
Define bleed
wrestling.
out objects.
Yeah, what does that mean?
like when you get hit, shit flies out of you.
Like a chair?
Thanks, that clarified it.
Well, like you know how Bret Hart had his sunglasses he would give to a kid.
Yeah, all the time.
If you
Really familiar with that.
if he got uppercutted, a bunch of sunglasses would fly out of him instead of
That
blood.
makes sense.
So it was made by the same people who did Mortal Kombat. So it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek reference to that. It was very fun. Had a nice little snapshot of the company in the '90s as well, back when it was still decently good, and it even had little Easter eggs, like the Undertaker. If you want to match with him, he would do a fatality and steal a character's soul. It was very cartoony and very
Okay, I
Very
want to
fun.
play this now.
yeah. It was it's very cartoony, very fun, and it's a damn sight better than anything that 2K Sports is doing with the WWE license right now.
To me, the height of wrestling gaming will always be WCW NWO World Tour on the N64.
It's not as good as that. It's gonna be hard to beat that, but
Yeah.
it's very fun.
Cool. All right, and we're down to everyone's number one.
Scotty, what's your number two?
Number one. Right after my number two. My number two is...
you tease.
I actually, that's I meant to do that. My number two is Road Rash 2.
Good pick. Good.
Great pick. That was on my list. And then I took off in favor of Primal Rage.
I had a hard time deciding between Road Rash 2 and 3, but what put me over was Road Rash 3 knows it's cool, so it tries to be edgy. Road Rash 2 is ridiculous and just tries to be, like, kind of badical, but doesn't know how to, so it's still goofy. So that's why I like it, just with all the stupid, like, the smack talk between your rivals, like Biff and Public Enemy #1 and Sheba. And it's a little bit tubular, but for those that don't know, Road Rash is a motorcycle racing game from behind you, and you can have 2 players. It's kind of co-op, but it's more just you against the other, like, I think it's 14 or 16 racers. And you can buy like tune-ups for your bike, new tires, new bikes entirely, whatever. But the best part about it is you can get weapons like clubs, chains, crowbars from other racers, or you can just punch and kick them. And you can use those weapons to knock them off their bikes. And everyone has health bars, including you, including your bicycle as well. Your bicycle, your motorbike thing, your crotch rocket. And you, if your bike blows up, the race ends. But what's fun to do is if you know your bike's going to blow up soon, you can run for the rest of the race and finish the race without your bike, which I've done before. But normally what my buddy and I would do is we'd play in our own version of co-op where one of us, because when you're playing 2-player, as long as one person finishes in the top 3, you can progress through the game. So one of us would actually try to race while the other one just picks off all the other racers.
Yeah! I mean, my dad used to do that.
It's so much fun. The game's so ridiculous. I still play it, and they've tried to do sequels on N64 and on like the Road Rash 3D on PS1 and Sega Saturn's not that great because really the only excuse for them to do that was so that they could have like actual filmed cutscenes of people wearing leather vests and spinning chains around like barrel fires and being like, yeah, bikinis and tattoos. I'm on my motorcycle and whatever. But
too edgy for me.
Yeah, so the one on the Genesis is a lot of fun, and they're pretty cheap. You can get them pretty cheap. The third one, the only big improvement over the second is that you have more weapons. There's pepper spray and there's nunchucks and other stuff. I don't remember, but you can also kick the shit out of cops, which is amazing.
Yeah, fuck the man.
Unfortunately, you can't steal their bikes, and what's not worth doing is putting in the code to have infinite money or buy the best bike in the game, because when you start out the game with the best bike in the game, you can't even control it. It moves so fucking fast, so you can't even. You'll crash into a car or something, and you'll fly so far that you'll spend the rest of the race running back to your bike, and you'd be better off just running. It's ridiculous, but I love those games so much. But the second one I would recommend over the third.
Yeah, the third one was trying too hard to be edgy, but the second one and the first one as well are very solid games.
My only experience with Road Rash is Road Rash 3D on the PS1.
It's not that great.
Sounds like I need to go back.
You need to change this.
To the future.
The future of processing.
Yeah, actually Biff is in Road Rash. There is a character named Biff. So there you go. It's good on the Game Gear too. I think they only did the first one, but it holds up pretty well for pretty much the Genesis title on there.
The only other one speaking my language.
The only other one I'd maybe recommend, if it's like your final option or your only option, is the Nintendo 64 version, just because it's 4-player and you have a tag mode in multiplayer, which is literally that you run into each other in just arenas.
And it's N64, so it won't have horrific loading times like the PS1.
No, but you will look like a fucking, like, just you're made of blocks. I don't even know. Horrible graphics.
The most magnificent game ever created in the history of time was on the N64, and it still would not make me go through the hassle of setting up my N64. That thing's a pain in the ass.
It's no different than setting up any other system.
It's got that huge-ass block.
It's got the controller. N64 controller is probably the worst controller ever designed. It's
actually the worst controller you will ever use.
I don't mind it. Actually, I forgot that was one of the games I played recently was Bomberman 64. But yeah.
Okay,
anyway.
I do love Bomberman 64.
That's one of the games you recommend for the Megadrive.
Yeah, all day.
Is there a great Bomberman game on the Megadrive?
Phantasma?
Whoa, what? You both said things at the same time.
There is a Bomberman game on the Mega Drive. It's called
Yeah,
Mega
it's called
Bomberman.
Mega Bomberman. Yeah, it's not bad.
I should pick that up. I love every Bomberman game.
Yeah, try it. It's got the single player is all right. It's nothing special. Multiplayer is up to 4-player, I believe. It's fun. That was my number 2.
Oh, we're up to our ones now, guys.
All right, Tom. Number 1 most recommended Sega Genesis exclusive Sega game on the Sega Drive Genesis. Number 1.
Before I say what my number 1 is,
Oh no.
can anyone just guess it?
Is it
Fantasy
an
Star
import?
4.
Yep, Stevie got it.
Okay, there we go. I won.
So it's not
Yeah.
an import.
It shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. I thought it'd be like unanimous agreement from you guys, but no. Should not be any surprise to anyone that my favorite Genesis game is the Phantasy Star 4.
Cool.
If Phantasy Star 3 showed signs that the series was going to be able to exist at the same level as Final Fantasy, then Phantasy Star 4 is the game not only existing at the same level, but in some instances improving upon it. So Phantasy Star 4 had actual almost cutscenes. And the way they did cutscenes was very unique. It actually had boxes come up, so it looked like more of a manga. And it looked very cool. It had reactive sprites. It had very emotive characters.
Very emotive character. Sorry, that sounded funny to me.
It's important. When you look at the character portraits, they should be emotive. And the music was stellar. And the way it improved upon Final Fantasy a little bit is it didn't waste your time. Your character's default moving screen around the map was very fast. You didn't have to look for save points. You can save anywhere. And it kept you progressing from town to town to keep things going until you hit the next dungeon. It was a very smooth game.
If you want to play it, the fact that you can save any time I'm there, that makes it immediately more appealing to me.
Yeah, it is a game you can play very easily by just picking up Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection.
So would you recommend starting with that one over any other?
I would recommend starting with Phantasy Star 4, and then if you like what you've played and you want to see how things got started, then try other ones if you want to.
Yeah.
But Phantasy Star 4 is the main event.
Okay.
Yeah, Brett, that's nice.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing today, thanks to you, you jerk.
Yep.
What happened?
It's very good.
I got Genesis Collection.
Oh, meh.
Highly recommend it. And I will continue to recommend it because the game still holds up.
Cool. I'll make a note of that one. Highly recommended.
I want that on the box art.
Oh, okay. Pocky X gives it 5 out of 5. Crazy
5 out of 5
screaming
Pockies.
GamePro faces.
Featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
I miss the GamePro rating system with the guy with the head spike. Hair
That's
spike.
maybe the only thing I miss from GamePro. All right, so Stevie, what is your number 1?
Okay, so I've been doing sort of games no one really talks about that much in relation to the Mega Drive, like not obscure games, but sort of, not just sort of Sega first-party titles and stuff like that we usually talk about. But indie games, yeah. But yeah, I'm going to recommend Super Meat Boy is my favorite one.
I
started typing that in. I'm an idiot, and I'm typing down everyone's top 5.
So I would say that number 1 goes to, it's kind of a well-known Sega game. Ristar.
Nice.
Ristar is my number 1 recommendation because it's a very unique platform. It looks gorgeous. I think it's one of the best-looking Mega Drive games.
I'll agree
generally.
With that. One of the soundtracks too, I think.
Yeah, it's so good. I really like the mechanic of grabbing things. I think it really works, and the bosses are really well designed around that. It's just I don't really think there's a time where like the game dips in quality. There's not really a level where I'm like, oh, it's not like Sonic 2 where as soon as you get to Oil Ocean Zone the game takes a massive downfall. I think Ristar stays pretty consistent throughout it. And,
Yeah, it's pretty. It doesn't have many levels, but I think that works in its favor because it doesn't feel long-winded by the time you're at the last boss or something.
Yeah, and you feel that you can do all you can with the mechanics, and it's such a shame it never got a sequel or anything else.
Yeah.
That Ristar has been left in the dust, but yeah, Ristar's my number one.
Cool.
I like Ristar. I still wish it was a bunny rabbit with ears that fling down.
Of course you do. Of course you do.
This is basically Cream the Rabbit.
Yeah.
Of fucking course.
That's no surprise at all. Cool. Yeah. So everybody play that. That's really like I can agree. I think we can all agree unanimously that that is a Genesis game everyone should play. It was one of the last Genesis games, I believe.
Ristar?
Yeah, I think it was one of the. It was definitely in its later lifespan.
Yeah, you can tell because it's definitely using every trick in its sleeve to get some of the graphics that it was going for, and it's just got really good sprite work as well. Like it rivals some of the stuff that was on the SNES at the time.
It's I love all the levels in it too. I totally legally have the soundtrack too. Because it's good. I think there's an OC remix, or they've done a couple of.
There should be because it's a great sound. It's just a great game overall.
I don't think they've done like a full album yet, but I know they've got a couple tracks from it up there.
Right. Cool. Good choice. Yeah, actually, I'll be honest. I wanted to put Ristar in there, but I was pretty confident one of us would, so I didn't want to have any. So, and Brett, what's your number one most wanted recommended thing?
Well, like you said, I was confident somebody was going to put Ristar in there, so I didn't go with that. I'm going to go with something that I feel is I've mentioned a couple of games being perfect time capsules as.
Let's all zoom in on our eyes.
What I see in my nightmares. Resident Evil. Anyways, I mentioned a couple games like Primal Rage and WrestleMania being perfect time capsules. God damn it!
Genesis does.
Can't do that with Nintendo.
Oh fucking hell! Anyways, this is another one. It's a perfect time capsule of the Genesis era. And I know a couple people probably won't agree with it because of the genre, but I'm gonna say NBA Jam. Mainly.
I'll agree with you.
I can dig it.
Choice.
Mainly
Or should I say, Boom Shakalaka?
He's on fire. And that game is it's a perfect time capsule of what games in the Genesis era were, as well as just culture in the 90s were. As far as
it has Bill Clinton in it.
Yeah, you have like Bill Clinton, you have DJ Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
Beastie Boys!
You had the Beastie Boys. You had all these people. And it was so bright, so colorful. So, it introduced so many phrases to like sports lexicon as well, and that you still hear today. And just all of the players and like the uniforms. Like I can't look at a Charlotte Hornets uniform still. That's my favorite basketball team. I still can't look at their uniform without thinking NBA Jam.
I just can't look at their uniforms. I just can't look at basketball.
It's that teal and purple. It's like such a perfect 90s combination, and that makes me think, oh, this is who I used when I played NBA Jam. That was a great game.
Brett Hatfield, I would like to add something to your thing about 90s isms.
Yes.
That game being a time capsule, because it also is representative of how sports games at the time were not something that we looked down upon that, oh, this is what the jocks are playing. This is what the casuals are playing. Now,
yeah.
time was just something we played for fun because they were awesome.
Exactly. It was creative. You look at like an NBA game now. Like I just got NBA 2K14 off PSN for free, and that game, it's well made and it looks phenomenal, but it's boring. It's just straight up boring. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm glad I got it for free.
No argument here.
How would you? Have you played the more recent ones?
The more recent NBA Jam.
Yeah, they put on like the Wii and other shit.
I played the demo of the PS3 version, and it was all right, but it was lacking. It was lacking that kind of soul and fire that the original games had.
It was lacking the Beastie Boys.
It was lacking the Beastie Boys, absolutely.
Every game could use more Beastie Boys. Really.
Every game could use more Sabotage.
Which, if you guys didn't realize, that was the rap I was doing at the beginning of the show, was off of the Beastie Boys album, Paul's Boutique.
That's why I fucking died. That was beautiful. But yeah, NBA Jam, perfect time capsule of what sports games used to be and what they should still be, in my opinion. And just a perfect time capsule of the 90s and the Genesis.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely. I agree with the time capsule idea because it's just ridiculous. It was trying to be funny, but
it was also a really solid basketball game underneath the humor.
I could play it.
Did that game introduce Big Head mode?
I believe it did.
I thought you just had big heads in it anyway.
Yeah, you just had big heads in it anyway.
Mode, basically.
Yeah.
It was either that or.
Because GoldenEye also had that. Big head mode.
And like NFL Blitz always had that.
Oh god, NFL Blitz was such a good fucking game.
That was so much fun! Oh! It's a shame that that's not going to be allowed to ever come back. Because
you got a touchdown, but I'm still going to slam the shit out of him anyway.
What I always loved is when it always did like the default help them up animation, and I would just clothesline the son of a bitch right back down. That's totally uncalled for, but a lot of fun to watch.
Okay. I lied. I would get my N64 out for Blitz.
I would too. But no, I can't say that here. Emulators with NetPlay. Whoa, what was that?
Yeah, what? I don't know.
I've never heard of this emulator.
Fucking hell!
Anyway.
But yeah,
emuparadise.org. emuparadise.org.
What was that?
I said nothing.
Something about emus.
Scotty! Yeah. Scotty, I heard you like video games.
You're right.
What is your number one?
You're right.
I just want to just.
Scotty, do you have an favorite video game on the Genesis?
Oh. I do. Number one. My number one absolute favorite recommended to everybody if I had to pick a game over Sonic 3 to be stuck on a desert island with, it would be Zero Tolerance.
Wait, what?
What?
Number one Sega Genesis game is Zero Tolerance. Oh, I thought you were going to do the soundbite again.
Oh, okay.
No, you don't have to.
Explain then.
Zero Tolerance is a first-person shooter, one of the first console first-person shooters ever released. It's a simple plot. Aliens are taking over the planet, and you have to stop them with your guns and explosives and flamethrowers.
Yeah, I think
stop them with your guns.
I think I played this at Michael's. You can definitely tell it's one of the first-person shooters.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's great.
It's bad.
Googled
Zero
it's
Tolerance.
Great.
And the first thing that came up was school policies.
Nope. Let me do a screenshot here.
It's not. It rolls really badly. I'll say that. So
this is it here. Zero Tolerance. You can see how much of the screen is actually used for the game. But
it looks like Wolfenstein.
Yeah, I mean it plays like it. See that stuff that looks like tomato juice on the wall? That's blood. But you have guns and a map and explosives. You literally just go through each level, killing every enemy, and that's how you get to the next level. There's big bosses in it and whatever.
Big boss.
Nope. But the bosses are mainly mechs, and you make your way down and gradually get to like alien catacombs, which is the best part because typically you have aliens that are trying to kill you, and then eventually soldiers. But the aliens later on in the game are just these giant like bug-looking things that all they can do is scratch you with their stupid claws, so they can't shoot you. So you can actually run up to them and punch them and kick them, which is fun to do to any first-person shooter, and they squeal like bitches. The most fun is to use a flamethrower and just toast the little crab aliens. But one thing this game has that no other Sega Genesis, Megadrive, Genesis, Mega Sega game has is a link cable co-op play.
The fuck?
What?
Yeah, you have. I'm gonna go get it. I have a link cable. I'm gonna go get it and show it to you guys because I don't feel like looking it up. So just keep saying zero tolerance over and over.
Do you know what's actually funny is Zero Tolerance could be the title for the cancelled Shenmue 3 game in my dream.
God.
That should be a good one.
Yeah,
So yeah, let's talk about Scotty. Scotty
I
sideburns.
really seriously missed the sideburns. What the
I know.
hell?
What happened to them? What happened to
Half
them?
They
the
were,
man he
they
was.
were all so cute. I mean,
I
good
know.
lord.
Best part
Oh,
was-
right. I mean, oh god.
So
Hey,
we
hi,
weren't
how you
talking
doing?
about you. We weren't talking about you just now.
This is it.
Let me get you
Literally,
up there.
what you do is plug one end into second player on one console, one end into the second player on the other console. Two TVs, two Genesis, I guess. I don't know. Genesis, we'll say. Genesis is too close to another word. Megadrives, and you play two-player. It's a lot of fun, actually. It's easier if you have like a Nomad because that has a controller port on it, but it's a crappy, campy first-person shooter, but I really like it because of the same reason I like bad movies, I guess.
Oh my god, that'd be so awesome to play with a Nomad as a second player.
Yeah.
Oh god.
There is also a second game that was never released, but it's called Beyond Zero Tolerance, and I'll show you guys the title screen. There's that right there. So, I mean, how could you not want to play that? I don't think you play as that alien with missiles strapped to his back and arms.
Looks like
but,
Mutant League Football.
A little bit, yeah. But those games, it was one of like two games made by Technopop. And if you go to technopop.net, they actually have a downloadable ROM of both Zero Tolerance and Beyond Zero Tolerance. So if you ever want to play it, you can, totally free on their website.
I have never emulated anything, so I wouldn't even know how to use that.
Yes,
Well,
never.
Let me tell you about the internet, Tom. No, but it's fun. It's like Stevie said, it's not great, and maybe I play with rose-tinted glasses, but it's so dumb that it's fun for me, and that
I don't
is
even know
definitely
if it was
my
the
number
same.
one.
If it was the same game, but there was some first-person shooter that I think it used polygons as well. It was weird.
I don't know.
Zero Tolerance though, good
Yeah.
name.
Good shit.
So what were all of our first
Yeah, we'll go
ones?
through them again here. We'll go through. So Tom's top 5. Number 5 was Phantasy Star 3. Then 4 was Shinobi 3. Number 3 was Street Fighter 2. Then Castle of Illusion, and then Phantasy Star 4 was his number 1, which I am going to try now on the Ultimate Collection if you say that's the most playable.
It's not
Stevie's
just the
top
most
5.
playable, it still holds up today.
Okay. Stevie's top 5. Number 5 was Aladdin. Number 4 was Micro Machines. What is wrong with me? Micro Machines.
Micro Machine.
Scotty Micro Machines.
Number 3 was Gunstar Heroes. Number 2 was Castlevania Bloodlines, $400 edition. Number 1 was Ristar. Brett, number 5 was Primal Rage. Number 4 was Lotus 2 RECS. Number 3 was Power Rangers, the fighting game. That's what
Not
it's called.
the one on SNES. Just get the Genesis one. The one
We're
SNES. fucking terrible.
Talking
These
about what
lists would
Genesis
imply
does.
not the SNES.
Well, there's an SNES
Are
game.
you aware of what website you write for?
Website I
Yeah,
own?
it's addict.com, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I
Number
mean,
2 was
there-
WWF WrestleMania arcade game. Is that what it was called, or arcade or something, or
The arcade game.
the arcade game? Okay, I'll make sure the is in
The
there.
V is
Uh,
important.
And then his number 1 was NBA Jam. My top 5. Number 5 was Spider-Man and Venom in Separation Anxiety. Quackshot starring Donald Duck. Dinosaurs for Hire. Road Rash. And Zero Tolerance. I pretty much summed up the 90s
There you go.
with Road Rash and dinosaurs.
And we actually managed to survive on hard mode without mentioning a single Sonic game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, and still, if
That's
you're going to
pretty
tell
much-
people
that's
what
right.
games to play on the Genesis, you assume they've already heard of or at least have some inkling of what the hell Sonic the Hedgehog is.
Yeah, that's
Right.
basically what my list was, more kind of obscure ones.
Okay. So yeah, that was cool. Do you guys have anything else to say or anything to add or like a subtext of your list, like a 0.5 or whatever?
I will add something to my list, and that is, here's the order in which you should play Phantasy Star games. Phantasy Star 4, because it's the best. Phantasy Star 3, because it's still pretty darn playable. Phantasy Star 1, because I still think that's more playable than 2.
Oh,
And then
wow.
finally, if you really want to dig deep, Phantasy Star 2.
I've heard others that maybe it was even Alex that said that 2 was like the worst one. I don't remember who said it, but I've heard
It's
from other
not the
people.
worst. It might, from mechanically speaking, yes, it might be the worst, but story-wise, it might actually be the best. Not to spoil anything, but it did the whole Aerith dies way before Final Fantasy. Okay, actually, it does spoil everything. Fuck.
Yeah, it does. You just did a whole big spoiler there.
Well, you didn't.
Oh, well,
say
it's an old game.
Well, you didn't say who the Aerith is, though.
No. It might not even be an Aerith. It could be an
Saris.
Seraph or Gareth.
It could be Cloud. Please be Cloud.
It should have
Please
been
let Cloud fucking die. I mean, what?
I wasn't gonna play that one anyway, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, Phantasy Star 4 first.
All right, cool. So Stevie, do you have something prepared? Did you send it to me again or something?
I do. It's sent to you, yes. And it relates to our good friend. So should I do the... Oh, should we go to Stevie's Art Corner transition, or...
We're gonna do that, but crap. Hold on. Crap. I wasn't ready again. I'm never ready.
God, I gotta piss again.
Okay, well, you can take your mic with us and tell us all about it.
Let's talk about him while he's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tom. What? Tom's hats.
Oh, God. Those
Tom wears
Philadelphia
hats.
Phillies hats are filling me up inside.
Tom.
Huh? No. Nope.
I killed it again.
Oh my gosh. Well, he's gonna be peeing for a while, I guess. Even though it should be Stevie since he's European.
Boom shakalaka, fire.
Yeah.
What is on your shirt?
So, okay, I'll explain the
My
section.
shirt's very 90s actually for this. It's VG Fact Checkers. It's a Mega 64 skit where they check video game facts.
I thought it
Okay.
said fact of chickens.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay, right. Stevie's
All
Art
right.
Corner.
Whoa.
Act natural.
Whoa.
Superstitious.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Now, do you
Okay,
want me to
so-
show it or wait till you?
Well,
describe
let
it?
me explain it first. Okay, so Stevie's Art Corner section, where if you think I'm looking down and being rude, you wouldn't be able to tell because my webcam's been all over the place in this episode. I'll be drawing a picture while we're speaking. Last week, I asked Nick Nean to draw us a picture. He didn't do it, but I said fuck it anyways.
He's a bitch.
He's a bitch. I'm going to draw a picture of what I think Nick Nean looks like anyway. So, number one super fan, Nick Nean, who will ask
Here
us
it
some
is.
questions in a minute. Here's what.
Oh my Fuck!
You got that up on still shot, Brett?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic.
This is what I imagine Nick Nean looks like IRL.
Jesus Christ!
This is what I like. This one. This is one of their better, I think.
Is that a sperm?
Man, well, it's one of my favorites, but you haven't explained it completely yet. So go ahead and tell us all about each.
Well, he has 2 tongues, as you can see.
One of them looks like a dick.
A faucet on his head that's spewing black goo. Sort of a snake-like body, kind of. Stitches across his face. It's not even a human. I just drew a thing that I think Nick Nean might look like in real life. So Nick
I love
Nean.
the shadow on the ground.
Yeah,
That's not a shadow. That's his goo.
Yeah.
Could be. I don't know. The face, the smile, kind of reminds me of Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
I really enjoy the Pac-Man eyes.
Those are on everything he draws with eyes.
Those are my eyes.
I really enjoy the Pac-Man eyes.
Well, I mean, I don't know how, but I have noticed those about your eyes, Stevie, and I gotta ask you, where'd you get those peepers?
God damn it.
It's a Frank Sidebottom reference.
Do you think people would stop taking me seriously if I wore my hat like this all the time?
Sorry, I couldn't hear you because you suddenly looked like an idiot.
Start taking you seriously.
When did I ever start?
Nick Nean, can you please confirm that this is what you look like?
Nick Nean, please. Nick, please make this your Twitter avatar.
Confirm or deny that this is your self-portrait.
That's not a self-portrait.
No, because then I would look like that.
Well, what if you are Nick?
Oh my god.
I have never seen them in the same place at the same time.
No, Stevie, you are the Mugen.
You might have
That's
figured
why
it out.
I know what he looks like. God's sake.
So speaking of Nick, we're gonna go into the Nick's mail sack. Oh shit. Okay. Shit. Fuck. I threw my phone across the fucking room because I'm tired of it.
Nick Nean asks, who is the Miz of all the Sega series? Brett will explain.
Okay, so the Miz...
10-second summary of what the Miz is. Go.
A pro wrestler who used to suck and then got really good and now sucks again. So basically, the answer is Sonic.
Danica Patrick.
I'll go Danica Patrick.
Nick Nean asks, how do Sonic's eyes withstand the super speed friction he puts upon him? Could he wear goggles or something?
It's goggles. That's already been confirmed.
He's coated in his perpetual tears.
I thought
Nick Nean asks,
coated in butter.
Scott recently showed me an argument on why Knuckles is a case study of a person in color inclusion in Sonic. Thoughts?
Wait, what?
Yeah, he is a color. He's red. There you go.
Yeah, which means
he raps. That's very racist.
And he raps. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
What about all those baseball teams that are the Redskins?
Football.
Sports ball. I don't care.
Nean asked.
Nick Nean asks, what makes a Sonic chili dog? What are the ideal ingredients used to craft such a delicacy?
Attitude, baditude, hot dogs, and spices.
Sunglasses.
Yeah, you know they say when someone says they cooked it with love, Sonic cooks it with baditude.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy triangles over purple colors and
3D Doritos crunched into it.
Nick Nean asks, what real-life shoe brand would partner with Sonic first? Nike, Adidas, New Balance, Saucony, or Soap Shoes?
It's pronounced Adidas.
And Soap Shoes already did it, so.
Yeah,
they did?
Yeah,
fucking hell.
Fucking Sonic Adventure 2.
That's why his shoes changed.
That's why he grinds on rails.
That's why they have Soap Shoes billboards throughout the game.
I never fucking noticed this.
It might only be in the Dreamcast game, but they're
that's
there.
That's the entire reason
no,
grinding on rails in that game. A mechanic that's still in the games.
Literally.
Nick Nean asks, could Sonic be a one-man soccer team, and could he win the World Cup for Mobius? And I would say there is no I in in soccer.
But there is an
But there
eye in
isn't.
Sonic.
Probably good.
Yes.
He could have a match against Mega Man, who's also been known to partake in soccer.
There you go.
Nick Nguyen asks, if Sonic can't be a one-man team, pick 8 other characters and assign them. Fuck you. No, I will not.
No.
Yeah, we're not gonna do that.
Just
We'll
just throw 8 chows on the field and see what happens.
we'll just Sonic and 7 fan recolors of Sonic.
Yeah.
I mean, it can't be worse than the American Sonic team, soccer team. Fuck.
With Sonic Chu on goal. Nick Nguyen asks, is Sonic Dash any fun? Because my phone can't run it.
Yes, all right.
It's alright.
I like it.
So it's
not.
better now that it's free.
Play a silver.
No, it's a good game. I like it.
Nick Nguyen asks, what rock anthem song would you use for Sonic? Would you have the...
Paradise by
have
the
the
Dashboard
choice?
Light.
Okay, yeah, Stevie got it. Yeah. Fuck you, Nick. So
Shaking
many
my
questions I have to scroll through. Nick Nguyen asks, and this is so fucking stupid question. What is it with Sonic Team and trains? Trains are in Sonic 06, Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Shuffle, and they're just set pieces.
Yeah, trains are in Back to the Future and Dynamite Heady, and also I don't even know what else. Trains are in Gunstar Heroes. Trains are in Vector Man.
There's a train station that takes you to the ruins in Sonic
Yuji
Adventure
Naka's
1.
mother was a
You
train.
find out. I think you fight.
There's a train in Resident Evil. There was a train in probably Mega Man.
There's a train in
That's it.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Sonic Team made all of the what I just listed and all of us listed. That's why trains. Anything with a train in it's made by Sonic Team now.
Nick
Yeah.
Nguyen asks, will you guys do a playthrough of Big Rig's over-the-road racing?
Yes,
Nope.
I
No.
would.
Nope,
Yes.
nope.
Yes, I would do it.
Watched it on Angry Video Game Nerd. Not worth it. Brett, what are you doing?
I
Brett,
don't
what-
know. You buy the game and I will do it.
We'll do one of Big Mother Truckers instead.
Brett became J.J. Abrams for a minute.
What? The X-Files did that way before him. Horseshit.
Nick Nguyen asks,
Unleash your Sonic shipping powers and argue your case for the best Sonic pairing and why.
That's
Sonic
Sonic what?
and your hand, because that's all you need.
Princess Elise and a gun against her head. Her birthday hat-covered head.
I'm not okay, fine, I'll ask this one. Nick Nguyen asks, would you guys play Desert Sonic, a game much like Desert Bus, only you're
Nope.
piloting Sonic?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
That's... oh,
Here's my answer.
Even
Would
if
you?
Teller made it.
Would
Not
you, Nick Nguyen?
Nick Nguyen asks, will Sonic feature more predominantly in Wreck-It Ralph 2, considering his staggeringly high cameo count in the first one, I guess? He counts it at 3. I only remember 1.
Wait, what? I've spaced out.
Will Sonic feature more prominently?
The answer is no.
No?
Yeah. Answer, no. Nick Nguyen asks.
It'll
Nick
be
Nguyen
Shadow.
asks, who is the best Sonic boss, and why were they fun to fight?
Robotnik. There you go. Nick Nguyen asks.
I'd actually have to say Perfect Chaos from Sonic Generations.
Actually, no. Yeah, that was a good fight. That was a
That's
good
the
fight.
only one I liked from Sonic Generations, actually.
Shadow and Sonic Generations. I like the racing.
Pretty awesome.
Vector, that was the best boss in Sonic Generations.
No,
Vector?
no, we don't speak of Vector's mission.
I'm kidding. God damn it!
You okay,
I
Scotty?
tried to use my Scotch tape for something. Notice that it's covered in dicks. You guys see that? See all that? Right there.
How lovely. Your housemates are wonderful.
Yeah, I came back and found a lot of dicks drawn on everything.
Nick
Nick Nguyen asks,
Nick Nguyen asks, Princess Acorn or Princess Elise?
Elise,
Acorn.
Um,
That makes me a furry, but I don't care.
anything but.
I'm gonna
Elise.
go with Princess Elise.
we can
You
at least
would.
see what she looks like with a birthday hat on.
Only if she wears the birthday hat.
Yeah, the birthday hat and beard, the homing beard.
And the
And
monocle.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Nick Nguyen asks, Who is the best E100 series robot?
Me.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's where I cut him off, which leads
Okay.
to the final. Nick Nguyen asks, "Damn you."
Shit, I actually need my phone for the
No,
last
I'm going to ask
party.
Nick, you can ask, damn you for not drawing a picture of us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah. Have you seen Stevie's Art Corner drawing of you? That is the kind of thing we expect in return.
That's the quality that we're up, so it's not like you've got a lot to surpass here.
Sorry, guys. I need to find my phone. It has my the song on it that we were gonna dance party to.
Yeah,
I threw it behind my bed.
I really can't believe you actually threw your phone out of frustration.
Really can't. I'm so fucking tired of everything that doesn't work. It's got a life-proof case. It's good. I'm surprised. The only reason. Whoa. Hot lava. Brett, stop investigating cases on your fucking. All right. So that what was that? That was listener
the
questions.
sack.
Oh my gosh. All right. So that means
We
now
really
we're
need
gonna.
more people to submit listener questions.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. All right. So now we're gonna do some plugs.
That never gets old.
Somehow. Yeah, we'll go in order that we did for the top fives. Tom, what do you got to plug?
I have not written anything interesting lately, so I am going to plug my art, which you can find my art on Tumblr at theamazingtom.tumblr.com, or if you want to see more of it, because I only really put up the video game related stuff on Tumblr, you can see all of it on facebook.com/AvantisArt. And you can download and pay less than $5 for Alpha Protocol on Xbox Live right now.
I'm investigating why you have such shit taste in RPGs.
Really? It's a good game.
Anything else?
That's all. That's everything I got.
Stevie, plug some stuff.
I have a review on the website Circles Radio for Shovel Knight, so if you would like to check that out, you are free. Also, Chucklebits Radio content will be coming again, because I finished all my work, so I have time to edit, and me and Michael will be putting some cool stuff up on that website if you would like to check it out.
What's the website, Stevie?
Chucklebits
He's
Radio.
going to jail.com.
Yeah. Chucklebitsradio.blogspot.co.uk. There you go. That's all you need.
Need to
Brett,
shorten that.
plug, go.
Okay. The main site, which is kind of undergoing a little bit of work right now, I've disabled the comments because we're going to be switching to Discus comments. I'm also going to try to revamp a few of the pages while I'm at it. So a couple features on the site might be down for a little bit, but I am trying to get... I got a fucking hair in my mouth. Gross. I am trying to get things as back up and running as fast as I can. And, of course, my Twitter is Suzaku Rainmaker. So is my Tumblr. My Steam, same name. If anybody wants to play some Skullgirls or something like that.
That was free on PS Plus, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I only got the PC version because I donated in their donation drive.
Oh.
I got my name in the credits. It's dope as hell.
What?
Yeah, I got my name in... Tom, what are you doing?
I've been doing
What?
that for like the past 5 minutes.
What?
Also to plug Tom's butthole. I mean, what?
.edu.
Let's
I-
buy that domain.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. You
Kickstarter.
Kickstart it. Kickstart Tom's butthole.
Butthole? Yeah.
That's the episode title.
Tom'sButthole.org.
Good website.
Anything else, dare I ask?
No, not really.
Alright, cool. And yeah, I'm on Twitter, Scotty Mofo Show. Sega Addicts is on Twitter. My band Wine and Spirit is on Twitter. I want to plug Alex DeLea's review of the Sonic 2 iOS game, which it's the Christian Whitehead version. We just put that up on the site in honor of Sonic's birthday. But he said it's pretty good, and it's got the Hidden Palace Zone and some other bonus stuff in there. I really wish they would put those out on consoles with all that bonus crap. But anyway. The Chris Gooch, one of our writers, he also did a feature for Sonic's birthday comparing Sonic 2 and 3, not comparing, but asking the staff for their favorites and why. It was kind of interesting to see which one kind of trumped the other one. So check that out on the site. Check out the forums. We're talking about stuff on there. Next week, we're going to be continuing our Shenmue journey, which I know some people thought we just forgot about, but we did not. So we're following, it's the Versus Strategy Guide book, right, Brett?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me make absolutely sure, but...
Alright, while you do that, I'll keep looking at the corner of Stevie's mouth since his webcam is just giving up on life.
Shenmue Versus Books Official Perfect Guide.
Yeah.
I've meant to put a link to that on the site at some point, and I will get around to that soon.
Just find the link, shoot me the link so I can put it in the info for this.
Okay, yeah.
And we are going up to point 24, which is the ending of Disc 1. We've gotten decently far. You got plenty of time to catch up, and we're going to be talking about next week. I mean, if you don't get up to that point, whatever, it's not like we'll spoil shit, whatever. The game's old. So, what's 13 or 14? I don't know.
It's 13 years old. You have no excuse.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's prime pickings for Japan. So we're going to be talking about that next week. And I think that's all I can think to plug right now. Yeah, that's all I got. So if you guys are ready, we're going to do a little dance party. It's just at this 30-second number. With me today has been myself. I am the editor-in-chief of Sega Addicts. My name is Scotty Moe. With us we've had the writer Pocky X, a.k.a. Thomas, a.k.a. Fix Your Fucking Hat.
I love my life.
Also the owner of the site, Brett Hatfield, Car Hats.
Hail Igus.
And also the features editor, Stevie Grant.
I should have a good website, but hopefully by next week. But in the meantime, here is me in the style of David Lynch.
So without further ado, we've been the Sega Addicts After Hours, and don't forget. Genesis! What Nintendo don't, you bitches! So don't listen to iguanas getting licked by women or anything like that. We've been the Sega Addicts. Brett, fucking hang up the call. We're out!